hell is my...
What time of night is it again, Sean? Is it like midnight time?
Right now, it's more like 2 in the morning.
Yeah, so it's like right in the middle.
Yes, it is in the middle of the night. Like
Who said they would check it for me? Tyler, did you? There,
Sorry.
just the link. Ignore the music that's playing.
I can see everybody on the side as well as the map in the middle.
Okay. And can you hear any of the audio? Does it sound okay?
Yep. Yeah, everything's good.
All right. We are live, everybody.
Okay.
Nick.
We are the Knights Who Say Knee. I hope that's where we were going with this.
Yeah.
I've already got one strike. Let's not go for 2 there, boys.
All right. So, in our last session, the party was continuing east towards the small village of Andervale, to then head further east from there to investigate these raiders that had been spotted just past the small town of Andervale. On the way, you encountered 3 goblins arguing on the road over something they had lost, which turned out that they believed it was the shrunken head of Grummsh, their god. They had cornered a merchant, and he had given them this shrunken head, citing them as his chosen. But they lost it on the road. And, with some intimidation, you did agree to help them out. But, as you were traveling looking for this, talking amongst yourselves through the help of Min's psychic link, you felt that this was essentially a waste of your time, and you attacked, disarming them, and were going to let them run. But Singorn decided that was not good enough, and murdered one of them, leaving one at least near death, with Aster having to step in, reviving him. The 3 then turned to flee, yelling something back in goblin that only Aster and Ruslem understood. Or, sorry, that only Ruslem understood, and later iterated to Aster. From there, the sun started to set as you approached the village of Andervale. Few of you went ahead to the gates, and you saw a few people on the edge of the village, but nothing that really garnered any attention. You debated on whether or not you were going to stay there for the night, but instead opted to continue further east and head towards what you believed would be this raider encampment on the banks of the Lonely Lake. As you continued through the forest, things were quiet. But then you heard a rustle, a noise. And we lost the music. Huh? Everybody can still hear me?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yes.
You heard a rustle, a noise in the woods. And you saw a deer jump out in front of you. Ruslem quickly took out his bow to shoot it. And, sure he hit it, the arrow seemed to pass directly through the deer. As the deer continued leaping through the woods and disappeared out of view. You continued shortly after that, eventually making camp on the banks of the Lonely Lake, an eerily quiet lake that no birds seemed to fly overhead. Sky above quiet. And you made your camp. It was on Singorn's watch, the second watch of the night, that the sound of arrows was heard through the trees, with one of them striking him in the shoulder. Singorn quickly sprung to action, awakening his companion, with Aster and Ruslem being the first to respond. Singorn charged forward, followed closely behind by Aster and Ruslem. More arrows flew, and Aster held up his hand, saying that they surrendered. But if they took any heed of it, your other allies charging forth, perhaps dissuaded them. and a fight raged on, as roughly 10 to 12 different raiders sprung from the trees to attack. Things were dicey for a while, but after some quick thinking and some quick attack, a few of them were slain, and they stayed their hand, surrendering, or at least no longer attacking you. One of them, an elvish woman with near green skin, clearly a forest elf, introduced herself as Victoria Woodley. And after a short time talking with her, you discovered a few things, at least that she has told you. That she believes you to be a hit squad, a death squad, sent by the king for their crimes, as this was told by an emissary that had visited the encampment just a day earlier. You quickly got to work, both Singorn and Aster, reviving and healing as many of the fallen warriors as you could. And tension's high. The five of you now sit there in the warm summer evening, in the darkness, as currently it's like 10 soldiers, 10 fighters at the least, stand looking at you, their weapons not drawn, but animosity and hate in their eyes. Victoria first turns to you, Aster. Suppose I will thank you for helping to tend to my people.
I apologize for the circumstances. My companions are understandably very afraid, and if you're in our shoes, of course, very irritated by the fact that our restful slumber's been disturbed by almost life and death. So we apologize for your dead and for the fact that you've had to be tied up and surrender your weapons, but hopefully, perhaps as we get to the bottom of this, maybe we'll be able to grant you some leeway, eh?
Yeah, and sorry, I had forgot, yes. At the end, you had also tied up all of them, or most of them? Was Victoria among the ones you had gone to tie up as well?
All of them.
Yeah, all.
I think tied up and gagged, except for her, at least.
What are you gagging them with?
I just don't remember gagging
Really,
anybody.
I don't think we can. I don't think we can gag.
What rope did he gag them with?
You could use rope if you wanted to.
I don't. So what? We cut up the rope?
I think we're okay, right? Like gagging them.
I don't think we have the means to actually gag them without.
There are a number of, like Aster will say, like, yeah, I've even got spells I could cast if I were gagged.
Does anybody have a cloak?
Have a cloak?
Any of them have a cloak? We could just cut up the cloak. I mean, we know they cast magic. If their hands are tied and their mouths are gagged, they can't cast magic.
Well,
All of them would certainly, you notice all of them are wearing some form of cloaks, tunics, all in dark, whether black tunics or, shades of darker greens, elvish woods.
I think many of them are still injured and nearly unconscious, while all of us have been restored, I believe, to full vigor. Perhaps we'll get down to the bottom of this scenario a little faster if all are able to speak,
Oh, it's all bullshit. They can breathe underneath those gags.
Min, are you still injured? Would you like a little more restoration?
Victoria is going to turn back to Aster. I have cooperated with you, and I will do everything in my power to ensure that no one else dies here today. I would prefer to speak to you myself. Untied, the rest of my men and women maybe remain tied, but I would prefer to speak to you face to face. If you truly are not here to kill us, I don't see why you wouldn't agree to at least that.
Well, I think my companions have quite a few questions for you, and perhaps we can set a fire and a meal for ourselves, and maybe get some stimulants on the pot so that we can awaken ourselves as our adrenaline wears off. Before they begin to ask you questions, I just wanted to know a little bit about this emissary that you'd spoken of.
For certain. Before that, I must warn you. We have another good 30 to 40 men and women that if you do not release me or show that you mean us no harm, they will be upon you within the hour.
Okay.
Does she seem like she's blustering, or is this her like, yeah, my friend's definitely coming to pick me up?
You may make an inside roll to see if you sense any bluster from this.
So, Gags?
Can I commence? I'm going to ritual cast Zone of Truth, right? And ritual cast it, so it's going to take 10 minutes.
Okay.
15 range of essentially no line.
Hey guys, we got
Well,
15 minutes left before we're all dead.
DM question.
Yes.
When we encountered the caravan north of Aerillon,
Yeah.
he seemed confused and like alerted by us, but he remembered and knew about these attacks on the caravans, right?
When you had spoke, he was threatened by you. He did seem to give some indication that, I had heard about some sort of attack.
We did some form of
Yeah.
confirmation that
This was something that it appears at least that, other people other than just you taking the king's word for it were aware of these attacks.
Yeah, if you could just sorry, I had a 9 on insight, but if you could just perhaps give a little bit of information about this emissary, and then I'll be out of your hair. And if you could keep my companions in mind as you answer their questions. We've had a very trying evening, and tensions are high. All
sure. And with
Aster will kind of look at Min and Ruslem like.
With a 9, you do recognize it as a threat, Aster. You're not entirely sure if the number is true or not, but it certainly sounds like, at least to some degree, a threat, a warning to try to convince you to let her go, or at least untie her.
Okay.
Whether the actual number is true or not, you're not sure.
So I'm just gonna step up because my character's gonna be a little frustrated at this point.
Thinly veiled threats will get you nowhere. We have questions.
Thinly veiled threats kind of got us here.
Yeah, well, look where we are and look where they are.
My apologies. I did not mean to veil my threats.
That's okay. But you will remain tied up for the time being until we are assured that you will not fight.
You misunderstand me. I wasn't trying to veil my threat. I was trying to make my threats very clear. There are more of us out there, and I wish to avoid further bloodshed on both sides.
The only bloodshed you must worry about is your own. Now, I have a quick question.
Didn't they almost kill?
No, they were nowhere near. We were fine.
All right, pussycat. Settle down a moment.
Well,
I will
just-
take a step back. I just want to know about this emissary.
I'll answer your question first, followed by yours. She turns to Ruslem. The emissary. He came through one evening prior. He was a human man. By the look of his face, I would say he was about 30 years old, but thin, short black hair. But the sides were sharp and gray. 2 perfectly gray stripes on either side of his head. He wore a simple, dark gray cloak and rode in on a giant black warhorse with several packs. The only thing on his person was a long sword at his waist, an ebony scabbard with a silver gemstone, and on the hilt, the insignia of the king. He introduced himself simply as Ashfell. She pauses for a moment, spoke strange. He walked through the forest, his arms out, and was quickly surrounded by my men and brought back to me. He spoke not as a lord, but he didn't carry the same pompous attitude as others that in the king's circle has. He simply stated he was under instructions from the king to notify us that a kit squad, a death squad of highly trained warriors would be coming to the encampment today if we did not surrender, and simply said that we were to report back to Andervale, to the residence of the mayor, where a group of guards would be waiting. Any who had taken part in the raids would be arrested, tried, and if found guilty, sent to either the barons or into the prison to repay our debts. And those we are housing, the innocent, would be set free. This squad, he said, consisted of a furbolg man, a Goliath, a dwarf with red eyes, a human woman, and a bugbear. He simply stated these facts and said that it was all that he was there to say and do, that he would mean us no threat on this night, and asked for us to let him go.
Did you let him go?
We did. And we told him we would think of his demands. But
interesting.
we had no intention of following
How
them.
much longer till the ritual's done?
Probably another 5-6 minutes here. But
Okay.
Singorn.
Singorn's hammering on the side, just going around in a circle, ritually casting his zone of truth. You hear him cling, 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 as all the conversation's going.
All right. One final.
Unless, sorry, Aster. Unless you want to wait unless you wanted to wait 5-10 minutes to cast before.
No, my companions can re-ask any questions they might have. The only final question I've got before I turn you over to my understandably irritated companions is how tall this fellow was. Just a normal, average human height, or taller like myself or Ruslem, or...
He stood about just over 6 feet, 6'2", 6'3". A taller man, but no taller than any human. He had no magical air about him, yet there was something about the fact that a single emissary of the king like this walked into what could very well have been his death, and the calmness that he walked through was eerie.
I can see how that scenario may certainly put you on edge for a group of folk approaching. But sorry, Ruslem,
then-
I'll get out of your hair. I'll get us some food ready, and
We expected it to be some sort of trap, but lo and behold, as our rangers gave word that 5 people made matching that exact description walked through the woods on this evening.
Yeah, so you should just listen to what the Kingsman said, because you love the king, right? Fucking idiots.
Whoa, a little one. Just a moment.
You
meant-
bullshit.
Hank, is that you?
Just
Yeah, that sounds like an old man.
what, me?
No, we're
Oh, Min.
ripping on Tyler.
Tyler's
She's
channeling shades of a past character.
she's busy looking for a cart to hide behind. Now, you mentioned the crimes that you've been charged with. can you give us an understanding of what these crimes are that you've been charged with and the things that you may have done?
Like we might want to hold off on that till the zone's done. We want the truth on that for sure.
No. Okay.
Hear it
Sorry, there's a reason why I'm waiting. I want to ask him it now and then ask him it again and see if they lie.
Do
Fair
it.
enough.
I'm testing their morality. Are they going to tell us the truth? Or is there something else going on? So, I guess I shouldn't have told the DM that. But anyways,
No,
So
I have
everything.
you never have to try to trick me. Anything you want to do, I will, allow you to. The less you hide from me, the more I can, do things for you.
okay,
At
the
some
goal.
point
The,
during the campaign, you will say, "I want to do this," and I'm like, "Okay, what are you actually trying to do?"
okay, so here's the thing. I want to ask them about their crimes right now, like I just did, and then once the spell's
Yes, and
done,
then you won. Gotcha.
I'm going to ask the same question again.
good call because
sure.
it's not a guarantee that I'll be able to detect their lies.
well, that's why we have many of them on gag, so that many of them can answer.
Mm-hmm.
See if they corroborate.
Well,
Their
Jared,
story.
you'll know if they're lying. That's the
If they succeed on the save, though, I think
Yes.
I cannot detect
there
it.
is.
but no, you'll know if they succeed or not.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is with this
Oh,
spell specifically. It's one of the few
interesting.
where you do know.
Oh my.
On a
Okay.
failed save. You know whether each creature succeeds or fails on its saving throw for this one specifically.
Yeah.
We had a short rest, correct?
Yes.
I don't think
we
we
did.
We only got one short rest. Yeah.
Okay, so I do have my sonic dice back. Okay, good, thank you.
Okay.
Oh, you mean while this is happening?
No.
No,
I know. A short
It
rest
was
before, like when
we
you.
had 1 hour of like one watch, and then afterwards we had second
Yeah,
watch.
so
So we
I-
got
yeah.
attacked.
2 hours passed from the first watch. It was partway into so about 3 hours had passed since you had first gone to bed.
I'm good. I'm good. Tell me when it's ready. I'm good.
Well, first, the crimes that we committed, we would argue, is trying to keep our people alive and preventing them from starving to death. By the king's laws, we are guilty of stealing, of assault, and murder.
In the name of keeping people safe.
Yes.
Why are they safe here and not under the reign of the king?
I'm sure you know, about 3 months ago, the king increased tax on all food stocks and all textiles from outside of the main city. All villages, the amount that we had to send back towards Aerillon doubled overnight. And while we did our best in the early weeks to meet these demands, eventually it became impossible. And not only were we struggling to meet the demands, we also had to turn and sell our own items, clothing, trades, anything possible in order to pay and send these things. I served under the mayor of Andervale. For weeks watched this transpire as I watched children, men and women alike, growing hungry. So finally, I went with trusted allies of mine, and we made for the woods. And together, we raided shipments, and took those things and delivered them back in secret to Andervale and spread them amongst the people. And as this happened, others started to catch wind and joined us. Some from Gabstead, some from Penrith, and some from Aerillon themselves. And before long, we had a large group of people dedicated to this, who lived outside of the king's taxation, and though a difficult life, we were able to live here safe, and at least have enough to make a living. But she pauses for a moment. As the king, of course, started to catch wind of this, these shipments became increasingly heavily guarded. At first, we would just be able to simply overpower guards, surround them, forcing them to surrender their weapons, and make off with supplies. but eventually fights started to break out. And we killed several guards in order to take these items. I'm not going to pretend that we are any heroes or any good Samaritans doing this, but we are trying to do what we can to survive. So yes, we are guilty of these crimes, but it was not done with any other purpose than trying to keep my people safe. Is there anything else I can answer for you?
Well, Min, would you like to say anything now?
Cling, cling, cling.
At this point, your zone of truth is activated. Yes, Singorn.
Guys, you might any lie shall come to the light. Now answer this.
Or would you like to start casting it again?
Son of a bitch.
Can we push? I would like to put everybody into the zone.
Sure.
I thought they were all stuck in the zone, hence why I did it. It was like
I don't know how big the zone is.
15 radius.
So, what is this zone of truth as you cast it? What does this zone look like, Singorn? What is the ruins? What is the glyph that they see?
Dwarvish. Just dwarven, like the mines of Moria, like the gates, if you wish. It's like a circle around them.
A white light?
A silverish. What?
Yeah, a silver
The
light?
elvish one. Yeah, silver light, essentially. Like Morden, essentially. That's to say, it's a big sigil of Morden under it was supposed to be just and earth and all that good. So.
I was picturing just a giant circle that said truth.
A big neon sign above the radius of 15 feet that points down and said, "No lies here."
Welcome to the truth.
With a backwards H.
And a backwards T.
A backwards T.
All right.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, is the H capital or lowercase back?
The T, the U, and the H are all backwards.
Yep.
So it's a 15-foot radius.
Yes. All of them should be in there, I believe.
Yeah,
there won't be any issue fitting that group of people all in there. All right.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, can we go to the beach, please?
Nah.
Just to like in the open.
Sure. Also, during this, are any of you creating any lights, any fires, anything as you?
I think that was the last session I was.
Yeah, Aster had thrown down a little like light rock or cast produce flame.
There's a light spell radius right there.
Sure, but yeah, the one would have faded at least by this point, but yeah, then you're not guiding light. What did you cast in the fight previously?
The fairy fire? No, like a light cantrip on a
Sure.
rock.
Yeah, I was saying, but the previous fairy fire light would have passed by now. But yeah, then a light cantrip. Okay.
Like a 30 foot. Yeah.
Yes, if you moved yourselves towards, as you deal with this along the shoreline.
Yeah. Oh, wait, okay. All right, fellas and lass. If you have any questions, now's the time to make sure there's no funny business. Funny enough, it seems that you're quite forthright, but I do have other questions, and I believe my companions do as well. For example, you say you fight against the king. You guys are against all that's happening and have actually taken action, more so than just words. Do you still serve the king, considering that you accepted these terms in annihilating us, you get to have your freedom? With or less repercussion, if I understood that correctly. I was a bit busy.
I
No,
think you'll miss
we-
somewhere.
We no longer serve the king. We have forsaken our lands, any potential titles we may ever hold, and we have gone to live in the wilds, free of his reign. No, we do not, and we will not ever follow his rule again.
What was the emissary about then? Sorry, I was a bit busy. I didn't hear that part. What did he promise instead?
Also,
Sure.
sorry, and just letting you know right now, Victoria has not succeeded on a saving throw, so she is affected by the zone of truth.
Okay.
Victor, are you asking this, or because they weren't promised anything?
So, sorry, kid. I'm gonna out of character then. I
So-
misunderstood something then. I thought they were like granted like there will be less repercussions to them. The king would not come and hunt them down and destroy them if they kill us.
If they
I thought-
surrendered. If they surrendered.
I surrendered.
Oh, my bad.
No, all good.
It was,
I now have no clue where I'm going.
Singorn has
I was a bit busy with the whole.
slaughter and combat on the mind.
Well, the adrenaline's still pumping. Why do you think I've been smashing this hammer for the zone of truth?
I mean, how many people do you guys protect?
You see her kind of wince for a moment before speaking. Including us here. There are another 10 men and women who will join us in the fight. In addition to that, another 15 who we are protecting, who are living amongst us.
I mean, I don't think you can say protect when the majority are warriors. Don't patronize yourselves with good deeds. Sounds
We are
like
not-
you didn't want to live the land anymore. You didn't want to help with society, so you're just going to steal stuff and go live in the woods, and you can't even provide for 40 people. Whose fucking plan was this?
We are not warriors. There
Well,
are
you
those
killed
who will,
guards. You attacked us. You have weapons.
we will fight for what we believe in order to protect ourselves. None of us are trained soldiers.
No.
None of
So all those carriages and all those guards that were just protecting the food that was going to go feed the families, you know, they were bad and evil and out to get you. So you had to kill them.
we didn't try to kill anybody.
Did you stab them and shoot them with arrows? Because, I mean, like, when I threw my dagger at that dude, I knew that when I threw it, he could die. That's what happens. You created a situation and somebody died. You went out and you killed someone.
I already said that. Were you not listening before?
You said that you're not fighters, you're not warriors, and you didn't want to hurt anyone, but you went out and you killed people.
Yes.
And you think you're good.
No.
I never said that either.
What about
I think we are trying to do what we can to survive, to try to make sure that our people can eat and survive. Our actions are not just. Others are being hurt by our action.
Then how are you better than
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
How are you better than the king? This king you hate so much.
Because we cannot afford what the king can afford.
So no, but so you're better than him because you're poor.
I don't think they're saying they're better than him, just that they deserve to survive as well. They're not saying what they're doing is right or good or that they're high and mighty for it, but they have no other choice to live for their people to live.
Tell me, woman, have you ever had, at the end of a day, not know where your next meal would come from?
Good line.
Now
Yeah,
tell
I
me,
mean, we shipwrecked like what, like a week, like 4 days ago. We all thought we were dead. We didn't go out killing the first people. I mean, we did kill the first people we saw, but they attacked us first.
See how that has any relevance to what is being said. We like the shipwreck really has no relevance.
Singorn's going to look at the zone of truth and look at Ben and look at the zone of truth and look at Ben and like, uh-oh.
At the end of the day, I mean, I don't think you need to kill guards to feed 40 people. This isn't a barren wasteland.
No, they were feeding a whole town.
No, they weren't. They were feeding their 40 people.
No. They're bringing the food back to Amaroth.
Andervale.
Andervale. So they're stealing from the caravans. They're literally Robin Hood in this story.
They're stealing the taxes essentially to be able to survive. Is essentially what I'm hearing.
Yeah, it's more than 40 people.
It is us 40 who have taken the burden and have decided to live completely free of the king. But it is not just us we are caring. We are providing what we can for the Andervale as well, because they cannot survive under these conditions.
I have a question for the masses here.
Partying in the inn right now, so like, what's your level of survive here? That's
We have no long-term plan. Right now, we are just trying to get through a day at a time.
yeah. They're partying at the inn in Andervale. They are drinking and laughing and partying.
I'm sure the wealthy are.
They cannot survive.
I'm sure there are people that aren't starving that are partying at the inn. Right?
They are still citizens. They are trying to have and take whatever joy they can from life. Our people are good,
The
strong.
guards that you killed don't have any joy, and their kids don't have any joy, and their wives don't have any joy.
And neither does the people that you just murdered, so let's not take the high and mighty road here.
I didn't murder them. They attacked me. They tried to kill me.
And those people, they were taking the stuff, and they got attacked by the guards, and they killed them.
Did I go somewhere to kill someone?
Yes!
Yes, we came here to
Yes,
arrest.
that's why we're here.
Yeah,
By
we came
order
to
of the
arrest
king, that's
people.
why we're here.
Yeah, to arrest them. We all agreed that, right? We weren't gonna. I thought that was at the outset here. We had this.
Yeah, I thought, yeah, we
did.
did discuss arresting them, but then you just murdered them, so
We've
I'm a little
seen how-
unclear about your motivation.
We've
Did you
seen how
come-
arrest works here, right?
Did you come here to murder us?
I didn't.
Well, it seems like the king
Your
would've-
stabbing says otherwise.
Wait,
but-
I'll roll a dice. I got a 9 plus whatever for the zone of truth.
Oh, it's charisma.
Charisma for zone?
Yeah.
Yep.
Save?
Oh,
we got an
yeah.
11. I assume
Sorry?
11 fails.
11 will
fails,
fail, unfortunately.
I mean,
think
you
mine's
can
like
just
14.
not be inside the zone.
No, fuck it. Apparently, my motivations are in question.
Did you come here to kill us?
No. We came here to arrest you.
But we attacked and you had to defend yourself in order to take out your goal, did you not?
Take out our what?
To try to accomplish your goal.
Of
You did not
arresting
come.
you?
You did not come here to kill us, but we attacked and you tried to defend yourself. That was the same
Yes,
when we tried to attack the
Did the caravan come and attack you?
No, we went out. We went to take goods from them. We did not go there to kill guards.
You created a situation that caused their death. Just accept that.
Just as you did right now.
No, we came here because you killed them.
Right, and they went to steal because the king and his guards had pressured upon them a situation where they could not live otherwise.
I mean, the rest of the country's living.
It's
Arg-
a stretch.
Arguably, we could say.
Are you sure? Do you know that?
Everywhere we've been, I've not seen a starving child.
And where have we been?
We went from the south coast to the city to the east.
We've been to one city.
Oh, no, we stopped through 2.
2.
No,
If we're gonna-
it was a farm. One farm.
We've been to a city and a farm.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yes.
Does
no.
any of us have a psychic connection with Min right now?
No, but if you look at me in a certain way, maybe I could create one.
Aster does his little will you speak in my brain sign.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah.
But what is that? And what is that sign? And what is that sign, Aster?
The
Okay,
river flows strongly.
I'm gonna speak in thieves can't.
Nice.
Well, Aster
Okay.
just wants to say to Min that we're saying quite a lot in front of people we don't know that really heavily implies that we're not from here.
Ben, look at the water. It seems nice and calm and serene this evening, doesn't it? You can see the reflection in the water and of the moon and the stars. I can't even hear a rustling in the trees from the wind.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Does anybody here speak giant?
I do.
Well then, fuck. Well, Flex is just gonna mutter in giant way. Everybody having secret conversations. I guess I'll just talk to myself.
You don't know that Aster said anything. Well, actually, you do know. He do knows his sign.
Yeah, so he just like. Yeah, I guess if all these secret conversations, I'll just start speaking in giant.
Flex and say, "I'm really glad we saved as many of these people as we did from our bloodthirsty companions in giant."
And Flex will give you a pat on the back. Agreed. We need to keep an eye on them, especially the little one. She seems the most vicious.
Do you want to go keep an eye on the forest, or should I?
On that point, I will give up on my interrogation. And I'm gonna take a vial out of my pocket and drink it. And just
God. Why does the drug addict get a vote at all? Like,
clearly I'm not a happy person now. They think they're happy juice.
Min doesn't get what she wants, and immediately it's just like this. She just pulls out this little vial and just like this, just like oh, and then goes and sits back in the tent.
I'm gonna spend the rest of whatever conversation here investigating all these people. I want to see how, like, you know, their armors, if it fits them, if there's any like wounds from it that like weren't from us, like mortal wounds, so they kill someone and steal their armor. I want to see if they're well fed. I want to see, you know, stuff like that.
Sure.
Any clues that can figure out to their history.
All right. Can you make me 3 different rolls right now, Min? Can you make me an investigation roll?
Okay.
Here, do that one first.
I did want to inspect their armors as well, just because stuff. Could I help him with that kind of stuff, or no?
Yeah.
Not yet.
I already.
Absolutely.
So investigation's 20, 17 plus 3.
All right.
Nice.
Can you make a medicine roll for me?
Oh shit! I forgot my dice.
12 plus
Right.
1, 13.
All right. And lastly, a straight insight roll for me.
Oh, that's with disadvantage. So that's a 4 plus 1, 5.
Okay. So.
Yeah.
And can you make an investigation roll for me as well, then, Singorn?
Oh, nice. Throwing. Ooh, 19 on the die. Investigation? I'm pretty sure I have nothing. Investigation. So sorry, looking at the character shit. Investigation. Intelligence. Negative. That would be 19 on the die then. Lucky me.
Okay. So as the two of you look through their armor, most of them, the ones wearing armor, most are covered in some sort of leathers, some chain shirt. For the most part, fairly mismatched or very
mismatched,
basic.
you said?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
You do not recognize any guard armor upon any of them. You've now at least, become somewhat familiar with, the silver breastplates of the guards, the sometimes crimson pauldrons or greaves. You do not see any guard armor upon any of these people.
All right, Singorn's going to approach one of them that has mismatch. Well, not mismatch, sorry, but like that's not very well kept chainmail or something. And I'm going to take out my little hammer and start banging on it, and I'm casting mending as I'm going through all of their armors and making sure that it's actually in better shape than it is initially. And I'm going to talk to the masses essentially. So, which one of you poor suckers regret your choices right now?
One of them, a dwarvish man, as you are fixing his chain shirt, missing a number of chain links and is quite frayed on edges, is going to speak to you. I do not regret. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, but leaving and joining with Victoria is not one of them.
Is he telling the truth there?
He is.
Oh, so is there a roll every single time someone speaks when they're in the truth circle?
It's just
Just the first time, and I get to know who is lying or not.
There is a single person who has succeeded on this roll.
Okay.
As you look, you see it's actually a half-orc woman has succeeded on this roll.
So in other words, she can lie to us still.
I will be able to know if she lied, though.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, you will not know. You will not know.
You just know that she failed.
Yes.
Like,
You know
she
that
has
she failed the thing. Yes.
She
She
is
doesn't.
not bound to tell the truth.
Yes.
Okay.
But even then, don't forget, telling the truth doesn't mean like that they tell you they spill their guts. It could be just not lying.
Okay.
Yes.
I want to ask Victoria if she was the exact same question that I started off with.
Tell me your crimes one more time.
As she goes through, she speaks. She reiterates essentially the exact same story to you, that she has not faltered on anything. That it appears that everything she had told you before was, to her belief, the truth.
Well,
How long has this movement
Or
stalled?
is this all a test? Do you actually work for the king?
Of course not.
And I look at Aster. See?
there could be powerful magic at play here. Still unconvinced.
I work for the queen.
It's true. They could work for anybody under the king, but to
Yes, Queen Min. Okay, I'm not sorry.
I don't want to crush your hopes, but it seems like perhaps what's best for you is for those who have participated in raids to turn themselves in. We can take you and hopefully get you a lighter sentence with word of your... Aster kind of clears his throat and looks left and right. Good behavior.
Or
The likelihood of them
the king knows. Does the king recognize any of you?
None of us here has ever met King personally. We would just be individuals to him.
Well, to the emissary, which of you would he recognize?
So there's never been reports of your likeness?
He would surely recognize myself. Anytime we've attacked caravans, we have concealed our faces. But from the emissary... But from the emissary coming, they surely understood at least and knew that it was individuals from Andervale that were the cause of this.
And how badly do you believe in your cause?
I can only speak for myself and only make assumptions for the rest. But all of us are prepared to die for this.
Well, other than turning yourself in like my friend suggests, the other is that we report back to the king that we've killed all of you. He, of course, will want evidence of this. So, you being the one he would recognize the most, you must sacrifice yourself and let us bring your body to the king. As a way to appease him and show truth to your end by our hand. And the rest of your people may go.
But then the raiding would have to stop, because if they don't stop the raiding, you know.
Yeah, I thought that was obvious.
Yeah, but also, before we get super serious with that, are there any other towns that you know of going through similar struggles with paying rent, if you know what I mean?
I can imagine many of the smaller towns are struggling to some degree here. Andervale, we are hit particularly hard here. We do not grow much for crops. We are more of a logging town than anything. So there's only so much we can grow in the first place. Without now to give that much has hurt us the most, but I would assume anywhere from Carrick to Farwater to Tilds Hollow, all these villages are likely experiencing some sort of strife right now from this.
So you've heard of no other plans to go against the king. The only one you know of is your own.
There must be some kind of rumor, some kind of hope. A new hope. I'm sorry.
Victoria, at first, was very crestfallen, almost. Sorry, to go back 1 second, Min. In addition to looking through the armor, the individuals you've looked at, most of them look fairly weary-eyed, with some of them having a bit of gauntness to their face. Not completely malnourished, but certainly looking as if some of them may not have eaten or slept in several days. As you also would just go through from their pockets to, there is, some silver pieces on some of them. One has a single gold coin, but you don't see much else in the way of anything from casks of wine or ale or any other food on them that, even just a regular traveler may have as an option. You do not see anything of the sort on any of them.
I was memeing, but at the same time, is there a legitimate thing or no?
A legitimate thing.
Is there, as in, like, is there inspiration, a story or something along those lines that actually got them to want to, is there a legitimate, like, maybe they heard of a Robin Hood, hence why they're doing Robin Hood stuff?
Yeah. So first, Victoria, from Ruslem's suggestion of sacrificing herself, her face grew very pale for a moment, and she looked down, almost contemplating it. But then, hearing your question, she laughs a little bit. There are hundreds of people who, to some degree, despise the king, hate his rule, hate the positions that they are in. The rich get richer, and us, in our conditions, we cannot strive to get better. But there are very few with the ability to actually oppose him. There are no grand rebellions, no great resistance hiding in wait, waiting to overthrow him and bring in a new ruler. There are those who, of course, wish such a thing to be true, but there is no such resistance, because any group that would ever grow so large against the king would immediately be found and silent.
Okay, so no 5th of November. That they know of. No, nobody?
Thank
Okay,
you. That's
cool.
a great way of actually explaining that. That's great. Thank you.
You're telling me. And she looks down at the circle around. If I sacrifice myself, you will leave all of these people alone. Let them return to their homes, and while they will suffer,
They will
live.
No. I'm not saying you must sacrifice. You clearly are telling the truth, and at this point, you do not worry about your people's fate from us at this moment.
And I'm saying these things while standing in the circle. Assuming, can she see the circles up? Like, she knows that this shit's going on?
Yes, the zone of truth is a visible thing. She doesn't know if you're telling the truth because she hasn't cast it.
Okay.
So, but she can see that and knows that this is cast.
Mm-hmm. Singorn is nodding as he talks to essentially emphasize, yes, it's true.
So at this point, I'm just trying to reiterate.
There are many options for the roads ahead, but we must know all of the options available to us before we can make a decision.
At this head as well, you are going to hear a few cries out from some of the other raiders in the group. From Victoria, you can't do that. We won't give up the fight, even if you sacrifice yourself. We've come too far. We can't go back to how things were.
You couldn't even stop us, and we are yet just 5. What would you do if an entire army was coming at you?
Speaking of army, where are those 40 boys you said that were supposed to show up?
They were lying.
Ah, okay, there we go. We got that. Okay.
No.
Yeah, it's like
It's 20. It's 25. We asked about the number, and then she had, under the source of truth, had to say 25.
Okay.
She originally said there was something of 30 others coming to prepare to attack you. She revealed there's about 15 or less other capable fighters with an additional 20
okay.
women and children, essentially.
And their definition of capable fighters, as from our understanding, is not good fighters.
People capable of swinging a sword or shooting a bow.
Yeah, I'm capable of swinging a sword or shooting a bow. Doesn't mean I'm going to be able to hurt anybody with them. Sorry, I should have said that in
this voice.
I'm going to turn you guys like towards me for a bit, like just kind of huddle without them and be like, okay. So if we were to take this Victoria, unfortunately, well, fortunately for us, mission accomplished, game over. But I feel that they're attached. She is a symbol to some extent for them of survivability and whatnot. If she is to be surrendered, this could either, of course, extinguish the flame, or actually just pour oil on the fire.
Well.
So the problem now is I'm feeling, and I'm sorry I'm not coming with a solution, I'm just coming with more problems here, but we have to, I don't think there's going to be able to be a gray zone on this one. We're going to have to be either black or white. Either exterminate or make them surrender. I'm unsure.
Or we remove a different body part that does not end their life.
True.
We could remove a single ear from each person and bring them back to the king.
You know what?
Now, to challenge that ever so slightly, should the king come to follow up on our proper service and find a town full of one-eared folk, or one-armed folk, or folk missing fingers?
You could go for a big toe. So you could taking their shoes off. The point of the matter is, we need something to bring to the king. And I am unsure at this point if all of these people should be punished for something that was out of their control.
I feel we have maybe an alternative. This might be very... Okay, don't judge me. But if we were to remove all the armors that I've been fixing lately, they have no arms, means they cannot fight back. Essentially a sign to the king that they've surrendered. And that they will comply.
Just because we take their armor doesn't mean they won't fight. You ever back a dog in a corner?
No, understandable. I mean, it's more the message of... Here's the thing. We gotta make a choice. Sun's gonna rise soon. We've gotten barely any sleep. Unless we wish to rest and then figure out what's next, because my mind can't think no more in this...
I ain't going to sleep with all these people tied up here. That's just asking for bad news.
I mean, what's the baddest news? They bring us to their village?
The others show up while we're sleeping?
Yeah.
Can I speak?
Oh! You scared me.
Everything I've done to try to protect my people. And now, I'm faced with a dark reality where you are sitting here contemplating whether to remove our ears, or which of us to kill and bring back as proof. I will comply with anything you want if you let the rest of these people go right now. I will stand before the king and take sole blame myself, and speak in front of a public trial and declare that I was wrong and that I acted alone, trying to enthrall others to my side.
If your folks come along with you, it seems likely that they might get prison sentences as well as you. If you go alone, well, we've seen what happened to someone once recently.
Lawbreakers.
I will take what I will take whatever execution, whatever fate for myself.
This just further empowers the king.
Be that as it may, the rest of these people continue to live, at least for another day. And that is the best I can give them right now.
You guys are forgetting one other option. We didn't find them. They moved camp and took off to the mountains.
Here's a quick question for you, Flex. How have we done so far at keeping other certain facts secret from the king?
We had no problems. What are you talking about? Hello? Is this working? Hello?
It's working.
Yes,
It's working.
yes, we hear you.
I pick up what you're laying down, and I raise you. I will keep my mouth shut.
I think the king was on to us before you spoke up.
Well, there could be
Yeah,
another option. If we'd say to the king that we had killed the raiders and lie, and the raids had stopped, he would have no reason not to believe us.
Well, I still feel like they'd probably send an emissary to this area. That's why I'm saying they got to clear out it regardless.
They would have to leave. Everyone would live, but they would have to leave, and we would have more people on our side rather than his.
If you did that, we would scatter to the winds. I would send people in all directions. And I would give my word that you would not hear of another raid again.
But what about your town? What will they do?
They will continue to fight and try and survive. This is the only option right now I can see where everyone lives. I will not lie. She chuckles softly to herself. I cannot lie right now. I do not want to die. And if this is an option that keeps the most people alive, I would agree to it.
How many are there that starve in Andervale?
There's another good 50, 60 individuals in that town.
All right.
What is
That
their
wasn't the question.
what is their current tax?
No, that wasn't the question. How many are starving? Don't dodge the question.
It's a 50-60. The starving.
These are 50, 60 live there.
50 to 60 people struggling to get by.
So they all die then. You just said that everybody lives if we do it that way, but they're going to have to figure it out for themselves. I thought you were killing people to save people from starving.
We kind of put a damper to that, it seems, today.
I want everybody to live. Everybody living would be great. But
So, I feel that the original idea that you had there to have
They will
them
continue
disappear
to
flex can be pretty good.
They will continue to give food, woman. And perhaps some will die of starvation, perhaps most will live. But simply have to result to giving their children a single cold meal of porridge a day. And that will be that. But they will live. It will not be a comfortable life, but it will be life.
Or we could help them. Look at this ragtag
Like
group.
that option.
These
But
group,
I mean,
this group will not be able to do anything but us, mighty champions. Look at Flex.
and he
Oh.
starts doing his peck dance. Bah, 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 bah. But, well, see, here's the thing, Min. If we shut down the raiders, are we not like, and we let them scatter? You're saying, you know, well, all those people will die. What we're doing will cause all those people to die too if we take them in.
That's exactly it.
I'm just worried about she doesn't seem to care about the people as much. Her people.
She does. She understands.
Catch-22. And to be frank, as much as I'd love to help these people as best we can, I think there's better help we can do for
I think
if we get ourselves in the good graces of the king.
what we provide ourselves right now is time. If we bring them to the king, it's immediate death. If we kill them, it's immediate death. But if we lie and they scatter, they live for now. And if they lie and scatter and the town begins to slowly die of starvation, there is more time.
Well, I do. Do you plan from what? Aster, show me the map one moment, please. Where do you plan on running? There seems to be just the desert to the east, like mountains and deserts. It doesn't seem very safe over there, nor would there be food. Are you be heading north?
There are a number of small towns. Carrick is not but a couple days south of here.
Carrick? Carrick?
It's a small village on very few maps. There's a number of small villages you're not going to find on many maps.
Yeah, well.
But perhaps some of us will try to travel as far as Aerillon. You speak of resistance. You speak.
We lost Jerry.
Jerry, you there?
Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm back.
You speak of resistance. The largest point of resistance in this continent would be the town of Aerillon, to the far west, through the Murstone Pass. That is a town that, though technically still swears allegiance to the king, it is somewhat of a rumor that they pay no taxes, no guards go to them, and no deliveries come out of them. It is a very difficult terrain and almost impossible to pass on foot. But there are those who have made a life there. They have never actively revolted against Aerillon, and the king, they have not caused enough trouble for the king to ever send any real armies towards them, but perhaps we will try to risk the travel there, find others who will help us.
It'd be a much shorter journey to just come to the city with us and hope for good treatment, but I understand that might not turn out well.
That is, I thank you, but that is one risk I don't think we can take. If we were to set foot in the city, I feel that many of us will not survive more than a week.
And I hate to ask this question, but your dead that are here. I do not ask this lightly, but we remove their heads and bring them with us as further proof.
Well, we could bring them whole, perhaps, for a proper cremation by the seas, by the skies in nature.
Regardless, every man and woman here fought for this cause. And I know that if they had the opportunity in death to help out more, they would agree to it. You may do with the bodies as you please.
Alright, boys, so what's the choice here? What are we doing? What's action time? I feel we have some kind of idea. We are to leave them get away, to some extent. They were never found. They will move away from Andervale, abandoning the city to its own devices, to some extent. We maybe shall travel that direction, see what we can do, if that's what I understood what we're doing. Depending on what or how, either the body shall be proof, or we shall find more proof that these raids are done. I'm trying to summarize here. What is our game plan now?
If it helps as well,
we haven't come up with a game plan.
If we are to travel and leave this place, we will surely not be able to take all of our wares. So there would be shipments as well. Some remaining stockpiles of food and clothing, our rations, that you would be able to bring back as well, stating that you were able to kill some, the rest had fled, but that the stockpiles that we had stolen could be returned, at least what is left.
No, the heads will be enough. On our way back, I believe we should leave the stockpiles with the town. Don't say they're from us, just drop them off at the front gate and leave.
I think we should take a wagon with some goods and be like, this is what we found, and carry the full bodies. Taking heads, no, let's give them a proper burial.
I agree.
The custom is to be cremated.
Cremation.
Well, cremation, the rites, give them their thing. And taking the head, no bueno.
I'm just following what my deity did, Hagrek.
Oh? Your deity.
Mm-hmm.
I did not take you for a man of faith. Please share.
Okay, no, we're not getting into that.
Okay,
Focus.
sorry. Back on point. You're right.
Very well,
I agree wholly with Flex's idea of essentially taking in carriage. What I would recommend that we leave the food behind and we take the clothing. That doesn't matter as much. Allow them to at least eat.
Aster starts having a quiet side conversation, sorry, with one of like the oldest of these bandits.
Okay.
If my vote is to leave them be, but I don't think that's the smartest option. But that's where I'm at. Is just leave them be, do some more lying, even though we were pretty well caught last time. But at least if we show up with the bodies, it might work out. I ain't interested in taking any of these people in.
No, we take in no one. They must all scatter across the land, never to see each other again.
For putting a lot of faith in people that we just got in a big fight with, to be honest and truthful and honorable here.
Yeah, what if they announce...
Our lives are on the line.
Yeah, but if they announce who they are, their life as well will be on the line.
They don't need to announce nothing. They just need to start raiding again.
Yeah, it could be new raiders. Who would prove that these new raids were from another group?
That's fair.
I don't understand much about proof.
I know you cannot take my word but for this circle, but it will not be our intention, if you let us live, to go back to raiding. We would find another way, but we would not want to bring either the king's wrath down upon us or break your trust if you are offering to do this to help us.
So my vote...
If you killed us and we were this death squad, what was next?
Sorry, what was that? I didn't tell you to catch it, Tyler.
If we were this death squad and you killed us, what was next?
We would pick up our camp and move it somewhere else and continue on. But knowing that if you found us here, it would be easy for others to find us as well.
You'd think you'd be
Well, I mean, like the Emissary found you, so I mean, of course we would find you.
This seems like weird questions to be asking when that's not an option at this point.
Well, no, I'm just confused on why they decided. I still don't. You seem to want to fight. If you could have just left, why not leave?
Men, we all make decisions when we've been backed into a corner. Not only 4 days ago, you hid underneath a nice little wagon to protect yourself. This group, the only thing they knew to protect themselves was to fight back.
And I mean, they have the numbers advantage. It's 5 versus.
And further than that, this is our home.
Yeah, but why leave now?
Because now we have no other choice. I will admit, we thought we had a chance if we could defeat.
If you killed us, the king would stop sending people, and you could just stay in your town and your home.
Yes.
Whatever.
Hoping that if we maybe then do not overstep ourselves, we will be nothing more than a nuisance. It may have been folly, but we are trying to do what we can to survive and have our home. It is obvious we can't have both right now. So, between the two choices of staying in our home or living, we'll choose the latter.
The mention of home, Singorn is going to be start being a bit. He seems to be a bit. How could I say? Not jittery, but like it's not sitting well. Is that?
I just worry that if we let these people free, what's to stop them from killing someone again so that they can survive? They've already put their lives ahead of other people's lives.
Why would you attempt to control that?
Oh, because it's our life.
That is the whole point of society. Yeah. That's the whole point of law.
Yeah, but if your aunt had a penis, she'd be your uncle. We cannot play a
Just because
game
it's
of
law
what
doesn't
ifs.
make it right.
Well,
I think
to be fair,
we not agree that killing someone to take their food or steal from them is wrong. Do we all agree that?
Do we all
I'm
agree
confused
that
here.
no? Do we all agree that making people pay a price that they can't afford is unfair?
I'm not saying that that's wrong, but
So
I'm
what are they
saying
supposed to do then? No, give me an alternative. What are they supposed to do other than sit here and starve?
The last time they got hungry, they went and killed people. If we remove their ability to raid people like this, what's to stop them from doing it again and killing people? It's the same thing with the goblin earlier.
Yeah,
They
okay,
were making
but
their living
no. You answer my
by
question.
robbing people.
You answer my question. You're dodging it.
Yeah.
Answer the question.
Yeah. What are they supposed to do? Find
What
another
were they
way to
supposed
get
to do?
food.
They found a way to get food.
By killing people. That's the acceptable way of getting food.
The goal was never to murder.
You're making it sound like they kicked in the door, stabbed everybody, and took it.
How many guards did you kill?
6.
That's not one. That's not two. That's not an accident. That's the entire guards of a caravan.
Yes.
It
How
wasn't
many
6.
caravans?
It wasn't 6 in 1. The first night, as we were trying to defend, one guard attacked. One guard trying to defend his caravan attacked with a sword, and one of our men drove a sword through his heart, and he died. The following night, 3 more guards stood in caravan in hiding and jumped out, and our archers took care of them before they could kill our men. The following, another single guard, and a week after that, one more.
This wasn't a mistake or a one-time thing, guys. What's to stop them from doing it again, just in smaller groups or smaller people?
Yeah, we mentioned that.
Can we at least agree with Min that if we are wrong and these people do continue with their ways in some way, it leads to our death, the end of our, well...
I mean, I mentioned that like 5 minutes ago.
Sorry.
Yeah, but I'm confused on why you're okay with that, with those deaths being on your hands. Obviously, my opinion seems to be the lesser of the group. So I'll defer to whatever decision is made. I just want you all to understand that if we let these people go for free, and anybody that they kill, that on our hands, they're dead because of us. When we have them arrested and we can take them back to go to prison or whatever for their stealing and their murderous ways.
You make a valid point, and then we're responsible for every death in that village that they were helping feed. That's the logic you want to use.
No, the logic I use is when you commit an act that is against the law and actively hurt
And if
somebody.
the law is unjust, because it is,
Yes, the law is very unjust that you should not rob from carriages.
Okay, and why are they robbing carriages?
Because they couldn't figure out how to feed themselves?
Because of...
The king took too much of their food?
Because the king made it law to increase the taxes.
We're getting into...
Victoria, where's the mayor of the town? Is he with you? Did he go and talk to the king? What's going on here?
The mayor...
How many...
You were to turn yourselves into the mayor, no?
Yes. The mayor, Rolf Commonbrooks, resides and remains in Andervale.
And he's a king's man?
He is of Andervale.
No, but is he a king's man?
He has pledged himself and sworn oath to the king.
Well, I'm sure you did too. That's not my question, though. My question is, does he follow the king's whims? Or is he against the king in this scenario as well?
He obeys many of the king's laws.
Okay, easier question. Is the mayor aware of your actions?
He is.
And does he condemn them, or does he welcome them?
The mayor cares deeply for his people.
You
No,
can't.
we need a straight
No.
answer.
Yes or no? Condemn or welcome?
The mayor is trying to get by as well.
Okay, Victoria, this is a very simple. You need to give us the answer.
If we were... Why
If
does
we were
it...
to let you go, I assume that people in your group have family in Andervale, or friends, or live there themselves. And all of a sudden, if those people return home or their families disappear, the mayor's going to notice something.
Min, your level of hostility may not be helping the situation. A simple yes or no. Remember, Victoria, not only are your lives in our hands, our lives are in your hands as well. So please answer the question. Is it welcomed or condemned?
Make a persuasion roll on top of that, Ruslem, please.
A nat 20.
Victoria is going to look at you. You must understand, Rolf is a good man. He does not condone our actions, but he certainly was not turning away when we showed up, or when packages of clothing and food showed up behind his residence and were then subsequently distributed to this town. He knows exactly what is going on here. And while it may be against the law, he is taking whatever opportunity he can to try to help the people out. So yes, he is fully aware of what is happening.
Willful ignorance. Turns a blind eye, cannot say it's welcomed, but also does not want to condemn. I understand.
In the last shipment, he left a message for us stating that guards had shown up into Andervale, and that if push came to shove, he would have to have us arrested, and he would obey the king's turn at that. But he would try to give us as much warning as possible.
Does he fear the king like you?
Yes. He fears that if he does not obey the king's laws, that a new mayor will, in a few days, pop up to take over Andervale, and he will disappear.
So I believe my brother Ruslem, or my brother Flex and I are on a similar page at this point.
Yep.
We let these people go, encourage them to spread throughout the land. Again, giving us the one thing that we can gain right now, and that is time. And not bodies. Group.
Min and I clearly have our doubts, but it would be good for the people of this land to continue to provide on it and make it a greater place than it currently is. I would rather arrest those that have committed their crimes and take them to face justice, but
this whole time, Victoria is going to be staring intently, looking at you, Min. Not angrily, almost quizzically. She looks very intrigued. That's your thoughts here.
Min, wake up. Stop focusing on your vial.
You know, like I said, whatever the party wants, we'll do. It's just I disagree with the thought that these people kill again.
Do you enjoy killing, woman?
Just seems like it.
Victoria, can you please stop antagonizing her?
It is. I'm only trying to understand, or perhaps make her understand. I'm
Ruslem, out of frustration, is going to go and take a waff of his fur and shove it in Min's mouth and tie up her hands. Like, yeah,
What?
yeah.
Enjoy your high and be quiet.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. You wanted us to gag everybody, and I was just going to gag you. It was just a joke. Sorry, continue.
Wait, and Josh, you now get introduced to something else in my sessions. That's your one.
Oh,
Yeah. I
sorry.
used to make too many jokes, and I started saying that's my one. when
Okay.
I was doing too much out of character.
It's a running joke, but it's the next time you say something like that, I'm taking you at your word for it.
Okay.
This session.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everybody
like,
gets one.
you know, Aster's gonna run up. He really doesn't like this Victorian. He wants the whole murder thing. He stabs her in the face. It's my one, guys.
Yeah.
You know. That wasn't my one.
Okay.
Flex puts everybody on his back and just breaks them in half. Every single one.
Brendan, is that your one?
No!
Is that your one?
Yes, that's my one.
All right.
So it seems like consensus is we let you scatter. We take the goods and return them to the rightful owners as best we can, or at least some of them. We'll stop in Andervale tomorrow, and I'll do what I can to help with the hunger problem for the day or two, but... Bye.
Didn't we discuss about leaving the food and some supplies with Andervale and bringing back only some of the things to the king?
Whatever we can take with us, I believe. We don't have horses, steeds, beasts of burden, just us.
Look at me, I might as well be a horse. We'd be fine.
Oh. 3 of us combined can carry a pretty big cart, or pull at least.
So I'm going to start walking around with one of my short swords and just slowly cutting people out of there.
Oh,
Restraints.
just untie him.
Sorry.
Just untie him. It's good rope. We paid good coin.
Wait,
for
we
it.
tied them all up in a line? Is that what we
Yeah.
did? Oh, okay.
Yeah, dude, it's a long length of rope, man. You can't. We're not cutting it up into pieces. That's good rope, man.
Okay, sorry, that's my... I don't know these rules.
No, that's not a one. That's just a misunderstanding.
Yeah, it's
That's-
totally
that's,
reasonable.
that's a good.
Totally reasonable.
Okay, I'm just going to start walking down the line and start untying people.
Yeah. Right. As Victoria stands up, rubbing her wrist, I can take 2 of you to the encampment and show you where the goods are. If you can, come back first thing in the morning. I will speak to my people sorry, I stumbled there. I will speak to my people this evening. And we will be gone before first light tomorrow morning. I will show you where to find the goods, and we will leave them there for you.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Well, I guess we haven't heard Jer's opinion.
What's the?
All right, Singorn, I need you to roll initiative for the dragon, please.
Okay.
We're letting these
I
people
got a natural
go.
1. Let's go.
Well, no, because you guys want to arrest them. We have 2 for arrest. We have 2 for let go.
I've been convening with Moradin, and he's given me a path to follow.
While what was going on, I would have gone around. Of course, I had mentioned I was going to do mending on all their armors and try to fix everything up. I'll get all of their names as well as I do so.
Okay.
And then
I'll be using Forge of the Artisan. I'm going to reforge my shield into the shield that you see in the Roll20 description. Like the circle. Oh, you don't see it. It's on the other side, but it's like a circle-ish. Oh, you don't see it actually. My bad. But it's like that moon, that eclipse, the moon back there. Essentially, it's like that big shield, and on the front of it, you'll see there's a red outline, of course, and that's like try to mimic the eye color, and then in the center of it is the symbol of Moradin, which is the anvil and the hammer in silver. And once that's done, he's going to look at them all in Victoria.
This is what Moradin has passed on to me to show, let's say, a show of faith. What he believes, which I believe to some extent, is that you shall leave your lands and take refuge, as you say. However, this shield I have just made and this symbol is magical. The second you raid or cause any mischief of the sort that would put us and yourselves in danger, this symbol will disappear. And when that symbol disappears, before you know it, we will be there to finish this job.
Can you make a deception roll for me there?
With advantage, please.
We'll see. Here we go.
Pat him on the back and I give him a D4 guidance.
Oh, nice. I'll take that D4. I really need it.
Try to sign it. May your words ring true.
Ooh, 4 on that. That's nice. 12 plus 4, that would be 16, and I have no deception power. I am not charismatic at all. I have a fucking helmet and red eyes. That does not inspire confidence.
So 16 total?
Let me just quickly check, but I'm pretty sure that is the case. Deception. Where's deception? Nope, negative. If it's persuasion, I have a +2, but I don't think so.
All right.
I have a +0 in intimidation as well, so it doesn't help. All right, thank you. Perfect.
As you state this, you see a couple of the tieflings look at you a little wide-eyed and gingerly touch their armor afterwards. A couple of the dwarves in particular, you see staring directly at you and make no reaction, but just continue to stare straight at you.
Aster will kind of whisper out, perhaps it'll be good enough for the superstitious ones, eh? Oh. Just to...
This is what Moradin has showed me.
What I sent you there, Jared, sorry, by the way, are all the names that you gathered.
Yes, I saw. Thank you very much. Do y'all want me to share in the thingy-majiggy? Might as well.
Sure.
Here we go. Oh, there we go. And so that would be what I suppose my decision then, if I have to be a little clear about that, is essentially they could go. But if they fuck up, we will be there to kill them first before we get caught. A compromise, if you will, I'm trying to put in here.
Very well. So, I will give you directions on where to find our shipments, and we will leave before first light. Are these terms you can agree to?
Looking at my companions. Yay, nay? I suppose so.
Nobody's opposed. I don't believe.
On your way, then.
Min, we're setting them free for now. We're good.
Do you
Good,
accept
whatever.
Singorn will look directly in Victoria, Goodleaf's eye, and say, "Do you accept the deal?"
We do.
Singorn twitches at that and says, "Good." On your way, then.
Victoria will hand you, Aster, a map highlighting where to find their main hideout, as it were. She points just a couple hours to the east, there is a large dead oak tree on a small hill. Its roots large and have grown not only deep into the ground, but out as well. And if you follow the roots around, a large portion of the roots and the leaves around them covers a burrow in which the rest of them have been living in and around.
Okay.
And even from your memory, Aster and Ruslem, from the direction when you had previously seen the cart tracks as you were traveling through the woods, her directions at least seem to somewhat coincide with the direction on where you saw the cart tracks heading towards. Where will you stay for the rest of this evening?
Well, we have our camp set up here, and to shift it and move it after we've already been up for an hour or so is a lot of effort and a lot of denied rest. Is anybody opposed to just sleeping here?
I could use some shut-eye.
I won't.
Fill your watch there, helmet.
I won't lie to you. One or two of our men may still keep an eye on you or check in the night.
Honestly, if they want to sit at our fire, we might start one. They can come sit at our fire with us and keep watch and share a meal.
I'll pass the message along. What you are doing for us is a kindness I cannot begin to describe, but should we ever meet again, you have my utmost thanks and promise I will do anything in my power to help you and will try to
Don't thank
return.
us just yet. We have 3 fallen.
Will you take the bodies of our fallen today?
Yes.
Yep, we're taking those back. We at least need to make it seem like we got something out of this, otherwise we're just dead.
If some of them who are left have close ties to the fallen, let them join me, because I will even not bury, but I will at least give them their rights of passage to the after.
Victoria's going to pause for a moment, and she's going to take from her belt a small elvish rapier and hand it to you. I don't know if this will help at all, but they know at least that I am one who leads, and being the only elf here, having my blade may do something else to help. If it helps at all and helps continue this illusion that we are taking place here, then it is yours.
Very well. I'll accept. What is the name of this blade? Or does it have none?
I am not one to name weapons. It is a useful tool, nothing more. And right now, it is more useful in your hands than mine.
It is saving your life, though.
May be useful to all of us then. But here, take it.
Very well. I will pocket it in my invisible bag. Whoop.
No. Okay. And unless any of you say anything else, Victoria and the other men and women. Yes.
Who made the deer?
Yeah.
That was mine.
Sword. Elven sword.
Cool. Wait, what kind of magic you used?
That was a simple illusion spell.
Yes, but like, do you get your magic from the lands and the nature, or have you studied, or is it just something that comes naturally to you?
Like many elves, I get my knowledge from the earth, from the animals, and from the sky. I draw power from the moon.
Yes, I see it on the blade, yes.
Cool. See you never, bitch.
Don't mind the rude one. But do leave, please. Thank you.
Sorry, what was that, Jer?
Oh, I was just being a dick.
And with that, Victoria and the rest of the raiders will pack up their belongings, each bid one last farewell to the dead, some placing a simple hand upon their head, others whispering a few words in their ear. Will then turn east and leave you.
Aren't two of us supposed to go with them?
Sorry, they kind of reiterated after that she showed you where their base was.
Okay.
And then sorry, that was a stumble by me in the first place, but no. Leaving the five of you alone on the shore once more.
You okay? Okay.
And with that, what are you now doing?
I don't think we made the right choice. I don't think we made the wrong choice.
I don't think either of those exist.
Yeah.
Well, as it stands, we should do what we can. We've done what the king asked and stopped the raiders.
We stopped the raiders.
And now we can return their ill-gotten gains as much as we can take back to the people, and perhaps we can ease the unrest in Andervale tomorrow. Well, a couple of you go to proclaim whatever these. Well, I'm heading into Andervale tomorrow. Ruslem, Flex, you can carry the most elsewise, and Ruslem, you're fine in the wilds. The two of you want to navigate through the forest tomorrow. Whatever goods you can find.
Yeah.
To Andervale. Or I suppose the king or the esteemed Sir Anthony Tenili will probably want it returned to the city, given that it's goods from Aerillon itself.
Did we ask them to leave us a cart?
Yeah.
Don't we have a cart? I thought we had a cart.
They would have stated they would have left some of the stuff in the wagon. They wouldn't be able to take all of the wagons and the shipments with them if they're planning on making a quick escape.
No.
So there would be some types of carts or wagons left with goods for you.
Okay.
Well, I think the only thing left to do now is to rest.
Magmorgan, please, rest.
All right. Will there be a watch order at this point?
Yep.
It is now about 3:30 in the morning. Is there going to be a watch order for the rest of the night?
Well,
I'll take the first watch.
I was about to suggest that, so I'll take second.
I'll take third. I'll make a little, well, I suppose at this point we might only need 3 watches or so. Is that right?
Sounds good. I'll take last watch.
I'm gonna burn my remaining spell slots to just start creating a whack of good berries. Bam.
Alright, Flex crawls into his tent.
Aster crawls back into his bedroll and Squints through his sleepy eyes at the stars above.
I, like a cat, kind of do a couple circles on all fours and like pick at the ground a little bit and then just slowly circle into a little ball and go to sleep.
Min, what are you doing on your watch? After all the events that have transpired, how are you spending your time on watch?
No, I'm just gonna go for a walk kind of around the perimeter. Yeah. Carry a torch.
Okay.
About an hour into our walk, I'm gonna just kind of whisper shout. Ashvale, you there? And if there's nothing, I'll go back and continue my walk.
Yeah. Rhythm bot.
We ain't got no rhythm.
I had to turn Rhythm Bot off.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry.
You hear nothing. And you carry on. And then you hear a voice. Well, hello there.
I'm about done with subterfuge tonight. You want to come out of the shadows?
You turn back around, and you see, standing there, a man wearing a gray cloak, short black hair, the sides, a brilliant white, almost silver trim. Now, did you actually hear me? Or did you just take a gamble?
Yeah. Doesn't really matter.
Dangerous place for a young woman such as yourself to be wandering alone?
I think everywhere's dangerous. Doesn't matter who I'm with right now. Especially with these people, it might not be the safest.
Indeed. That was quite the conversation you had just finished having.
Yeah, you know.
You
Lies
seemed
be told on all sides. It's a dangerous game.
you seemed less than impressed with everything that went down.
People break the law. There's got to be punishment.
I couldn't agree more. And it's why I'm here. I was sent here for two simple reasons. First, the king wanted to ensure that these pesky raiders were taken care of. And second, he wanted to see what the five of you were all about. So, I'm going to offer you a deal. An opportunity. Min, can I speak with you in a different call?
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
Knew it. God damn it. Fucking knew it.
Oh, I told you it was a test.
Aster doesn't know that. Aster's not saying that. Who was taking second watch, by the way? Ruslem? Or were you taking third? Was I taking second?
I was second.
wait, what said it was a test? I thought we confirmed it was not a test. From
No,
the king.
No, we were being watched.
we were being watched.
Yeah. They
Oh, we
were
were.
real people, but it was still a test.
Which
Fuck.
was at the back of my mind, I suspected as well.
Well, the only person who's going to know this is this guy. Why don't we just murder him?
Because Min's the only one up right now.
Min's the only one awake.
And Min's not going to do that.
And he could be... He was willing to walk into their camp unarmed. It could be that he was capable of escaping. Or capable of killing them all.
So we're fudged right now.
Sorry,
no,
did I fuck us over? I think I missed something here. I'm missing something big here. What?
The emissary, the guy.
Well, yes, Jer, you completely fucked us because it was a 2-2 vote, and you decided to join up with the two idiots. Okay? It's all your fault. And when we die and go to the gallows, I just want you to remember, it's because you decided to side with the Goliath and the Bugbear, who have 2 brain cells between them.
Now, I just want to clarify. While they may not have been a false flag attack, had we followed Aster's crazy conspiracy theory, we'd be in the King's good books right now. And now...
What do you mean we'd be in the... Why would we be in the good books if we followed the conspiracy theory?
Because we would have done what the King wanted.
Oh...
I'm just saying, y'all are like Aster and his crazy conspiracy theories, and
I didn't think it was a crazy conspiracy theory.
But anyways,
I did not think it was a crazy conspiracy theory.
We will have to see how it goes. I wonder if Min will say anything to Ruslem. I wonder if Min will be there to awaken Ruslem for his watch.
I haven't trusted Min since day fucking...
So you think Min's gonna double cross us?
No. Maybe Min dies. Maybe Min is taken. Or maybe Min double crosses us.
Damn it, see, this is what happens when we try to do the right thing.
I'm sorry.
No. Okay, Josh, and Jer, the Jays. I need you to hold up, pull up a seat. I'm sitting here.
I need you to pull up and listen. No, you need to listen.
No, I'm sitting
okay,
back
it's
for
all
a
your fault. Your fault, Josh, and your fault, Jer.
All right. Can you see this? I got my chair backwards. All right, you two.
The fucking inexperienced people when it comes to D&D.
All right.
Wait, you
All right,
sided with
two.
me.
We're gonna have a rap. I'm gonna put my hat on backwards. All right, kids. Let's rap about D&D.
I'm gonna lean in a little bit. All right, let's hear this.
All right, let's rap about D&D. So I know that you guys have been feeling like you've made some mistakes recently, and I know you're sitting. Youth Pastor Dom's over here saying there's no such thing as a mistake, but really, I want to clarify. While you can make a mistake playing D&D, it's never the wrong decision, because it always leads somewhere interesting.
Here, you know what's really funny is Tyler's still on the stream, so he knows all the conversation that's happening right now. He's been watching it the whole time, so he can hear us with about a minute delay.
Yeah,
and he's having
if he can hear us, then let him hear this. Fuck you, man. You're a piece of shit.
I do want to establish, Jer and Josh, you guys don't ever need to apologize for anything. D&D's fun. D&D's for everyone.
Yeah.
And just because you made the right decision, and it might get us into trouble, doesn't mean that it was the wrong decision to make.
You feel like you made the morally right decision.
Mm.
And is that what your character was trying to achieve?
I think so. Needless slaughter. It doesn't look right, but we can't do much right now.
My character doesn't make a lot of sense because he believes in the chaotic good, right? So, which is
no.
Who is Ruslem as a person, and does this fit? I'm stuck in my chair now, by the way, because it's a folding chair.
Yeah, like that. That's the chaotic. Well, I'm chaotic good. I don't believe. No.
So here's the thing. It does fit within his character because the amount of time that he spent with Flex, he started to understand the importance of being good, but he still battles internally with his bloodlust that he has.
And see, and Flex doesn't know what he's fucking doing.
He's just a gorgeous looking beefcake.
Well, he just tries to do what feels is right, and when he sits down and thinks real hard about it, again, he's not the brightest. He sits there and he says, well, these people only did bad things because bad things were happening to them, and they didn't see like there's any other way. There would be no raiders if the law King passed down was just. The King's greed created this problem.
Yeah.
Technically, the King's law could still be just.
No.
Like, it could be that it could be that people are starving everywhere. And while this puts pressure on the smaller villages, it is technically possible that this alleviates more harm than it causes, but...
Yeah, do we believe this king has done a risk,
Yeah.
a risk mitigation strategy to ensure that he's causing the least amount of harm?
But I mean, it's one thing to do that. It's another to be like a country ride, like we're in a state of emergency. We're battening down the hatches. That would get more response out of the people versus I'm raising everybody's taxes. Fuck you, bye.
Yeah, and he served us that delicious meal at the beginning, right? With all of these handmaidens and things like that. So
Yeah.
we don't think he's too hard done by. It seems to be it's just the people at this point. Oh, and the chosen have
Hello.
returned.
Hello.
He's gonna wake up Aster.
Min? Isn't it Ruslem's? Oh. As he kind of sees Min's face, oh, alright. He'll kind of quietly get up and out of his bedroll. What's going on?
You were right. Ashfell was watching us.
Oh, we were right. You had your suspicions as well.
Yeah. He's heading out now to kill them all. I tried to reason with him to convince him otherwise, but
Fletch is gonna owe me 5 gold in the morning, I suppose.
God damn.
he said that the act he performs tonight, he will say that we did it for the land, for the king, and that in response we should be given citizenship and freed from suspicion of our selves.
I don't see any way.
I don't know if I can trust him. I don't know what, but I know the others are gonna, if they find out that they all died, they'll be upset. Furthermore, if the kingdom thinks that we did it, I think that will cause a bigger rift.
Well, we should wake up the others. I don't think we'll be able to catch him even if we did, and there's no proven. Aster will kind of whisper towards the trees that he's not listening now. See how we'll react as is. Goodness knows he doesn't need probably an hour or so head start to beat us, sir.
I don't think we can stop him. I don't think waking anybody up right now is a good choice. I think we need to make this decision on a well-slept mind.
I don't think we can catch him, but I still think our companions would prefer. Sometimes it's not about what we can do, but we and you need to get close with these people. They're our companions. We've risked our lives for them. They've risked our lives for us. You shouldn't just be coming to me when something's going wrong, right?
Well, you just seem to be the only one that will listen.
Well, that comes with time, eh?
That does, old friend.
Perhaps if you wake them up now, maybe next time they'll come to you as well. Are you opposed? I leave it up to you. I'm just here to guide you folks. If you want, I'll let you finish your watch. I won't make no word of it. You can wake up Ruslem when it's his time, and he'll wake me up when it's my time. But
I will blow on the kitty's face until he wakes up.
I'm gonna kind of bat at the air, almost like there's like a small bug or something, but in a very cute kitty-like way.
It's like, her. What?
I need to tell you something. I gotta wake everybody else up first, though. Aster, can you wake up the strong one?
Please,
And I
you
can
already
throw
did.
Singorn.
Aster will be waking up, given Flex. Oh, you good?
And I'm gonna throw rocks at Singorn's helmet until he wakes up. Just little tiny pebbles.
Ding, 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 ding.
What?
No, he's all right.
Where's tossing pebbles at me? What's going on? Why are you waking me up?
Just wait till Flex is awake. He sleeps deeply in that tent of his.
Flex, come on. No. Aster's like slowly dragging a half-awake Flex out of his tent.
And I'm gonna reach up and grab the other ankle, and I'm gonna help and just give it a nice firm yank.
What?
Okay,
There's been a development.
Let me guess, I owe you 5 gold.
Not yet, but maybe.
What's this?
Side note, just because I'm curious, were you guys messaging each other in character at the same time here?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're having a talking giant.
Yeah, we had a couple whispered conversations in Giant.
Well, to be fair, you don't really owe it to me. Min carries my share of gold for obvious reasons. So, but hey, we'll see. There's Min. Sorry, please.
So
the crazy, scary ambassador dude seems to be more like an executioner assassin. He was watching. He didn't like how it ended, but he understands where we came from, so he's gonna go and kill all of them, which sucks. I tried to stop it, but I don't think we can stop him. I don't know, and I'm kind of just happy he's not gonna kill us too. And then he's the big. After he kills them, he's gonna tell the king that we killed them all. And yeah,
You said as such.
he said it. I'm not very insightful, especially and it's difficult to see in the dark. But
Okay, I'm gonna run over to where Min is, and I'm going to pick her up by her throat.
Interesting. You leave for what?
I would like to make
yeah,
dexterity save from the grapple.
All right, no, here,
there you go.
these are, can I have the two of you make this roll and roll 20, please, for me?
Yeah.
Sure.
So you are going to make a strength roll,
Who, me?
Ruslem, to attempt to, you're attempting to do a grapple against Min.
It's athletics, is it not?
Yes, sorry, yeah, strength, athletics, and then you make an athletics or acrobatics check in response.
Okay, well, I got a 19 on the die.
Oh Jesus! Plus 5, plus maybe proficiency.
Oh, that's not what I want.
Yeah, plus proficiency, assuming you're proficient in athletics, plus the strength modifier.
So 24.
Nope.
Aster will, as this charge is happening.
Wait a second. So is it 20 plus my athletics plus my strength modifier?
No, your strength modifier.
Your strength modifier is, it is strength.
Okay.
Are you proficient in athletics?
I am.
So it's D20 plus 5 plus 2.
Plus 5 plus 2? Oh, so I got 26.
Yep.
Wait,
no,
sorry, hold up 1 second.
Oh. Uh-oh. What music is this?
It's just the same music.
Nope, different music now. Okay, carry on.
Was it?
As you charge forward and you start to yell, Aster's going to yeah. He's just gonna shout, which is like a little out of character. Enough! Alright, we're all friends here. Suspicions can be had, but those must be discussed, not at arms.
Be quiet, gnome. I did not ask you.
And then
Wait
Flex is gonna
your
put a very
turn.
firm hand. Like, put her down, young lion. Let's not jump to conclusions.
You don't
We're all
find
friends here.
you don't find it weird that we all go to sleep and suddenly awake and find that what Min wanted all along is being carried out by someone else?
And you don't find it, a little comforting that she woke us up to tell us instead of just letting it happen?
No, it's already happened.
No, he's on his way, is what she said.
It might as well already been happened.
Yeah,
told-
I told my best friend, the emissary from the king, that he should go kill those people because I wanted them dead. And he's like, "Yeah, that's a good idea, man. I'm gonna do what you wanted to do."
Aster is gently
That's exactly what happened.
in out of Ruslem's grasp in the background.
Exactly what happened.
So wait, you're attempting to take Min out of my grasp?
Yeah, just sort of gently tugging.
Yeah, and with one hand, I'm gonna hold up Min by the throat against whatever I can, probably a tree. I'm just gonna push him away.
There's no trees here. You're just holding.
I'm just holding him up then.
there's-
Yeah, fine. She weighs like 100 pounds. Nothing. And I'm pushing you away.
Okay, then Flex is gonna put a firmer grip on your shoulder. You're gonna put her down. we're all gonna have a chat.
Enough.
There's no need for us to start turning on each other. That's gonna get us nowhere.
It feels extremely convenient.
And
It does. But we're gonna give her the benefit of the doubt here, just like we gave them the benefit of the doubt that they're not gonna start raiding again. She hasn't done us dirty yet. She let us know what this guy was doing. So we're gonna put her down.
It makes
We're gonna
no
put her down.
It makes no sense. Why would the man approach this group, warn them that we are coming, and then watch our interaction?
To see what we did.
He was testing us. We were the ones being watched. We were the ones making the actions and taking command.
So if it was to prove to the king,
worthy.
if it was to prove to the king we were doing as he asked, why would he now go lie to the king about what we did?
That is the question.
That is a very good question.
I do
Because
not
Aiden
understand.
just saved our lives.
By doing what?
Let's ask her and find out.
so I'm gonna slowly lower Min down to the ground.
You young ones are so impatient.
Explain.
So, yeah, and I'm gonna push Ruslem back and give Min some space and kind of just give her a you good nod. All right. She's good, but let's not start turning on each other. Gets us nowhere.
Ruslem, if you're that upset, go chase after him. You can catch him. You're fast. You can see in the dark. You know where the camp is. We got the map. Go see for yourself.
Is he on horse?
No. He's walking like they said he was.
So the other people said he showed up on a horse, correct?
No, he showed up in town on horseback, and then he came to their encampment walking with his arms outstretched.
He did have he did have the horse with them in the other forest.
So there's no way I'm gonna get.
When I saw him,
No, he did not have the horse with you when you saw him. Or you did not see the horse when you saw him.
So explain. I clearly cannot catch him.
You're pretty fast. You're really stealthy. You're really fast. You're really good at everything, apparently.
Ruslem.
Well, you're really good at giving others what they want, so explain.
Explain what? I explained. I told you what he told me.
And you did nothing? You just nod your head and walk away?
No. What would you have done?
Well, I'm giving you the opportunity. Do you want to go do something?
I can't catch him.
What would you have had Min do? If this guy's got the strength to take out the entire encampment, what do you think he would have done to her?
So I'm just gonna like sit down cross-legged and like arms crossed because I'm just frustrated at this point.
So Min, why is he willing to help us? Because at this point I'm ready to run off to the mountain because I don't think we're gonna land on our feet back in the capital.
I'm with you. He gave like a sense of this is his duty and this is what he does, but he doesn't like what he does. While we did not do all that was asked, we did make sure that the raids would end, and he seemed to think that that was enough in his mind, is what he said, for us to be acceptable.
So if the raids were ending, why kill them? What's the point? He doesn't agree with what the king asks him to do. He could just lie like us.
We knew.
I think the king's order was surrender or die, and he said that he gave them the option. They said no. and we gave them the option, and they again chose poorly, were his words. So
But you just said
I
you
don't think
don't.
there was ever a third option here. It
You
was
just-
surrender or die.
You just said you don't like the options the king gives. Then don't follow them.
Sarah's calling and she's not home yet, so give me a second. Hello?
Yeah.
I'm
You allow me to... Oh,
It's fine, Min. Go take a break. You've had a rough watch.
Sorry, did he show up when we all were around, or did he show up on Min's watch?
Just with men.
just with Min.
On Min's watch.
called out.
Okay.
This was Min. Yes, Min took an hour-long walk out, called out for Ashfeld in the forest.
Who's Ashfeld? He's the guy who gave us the mission?
Yeah.
The emissary that.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, the emissary that.
The emissary that told them a death squad would be coming if they didn't
Oh,
surrender.
where did we
Here,
get the
I-
name?
I still don't understand.
Well,
Sorry.
what is it that's got your brain in a knot? Or
It makes no sense. It seems like senseless killing for the sake of senseless killing.
it does. This is a strange land stained with blood, and we must make sure that it's not stained with ours.
if you rule with an iron fist, you make sure there is no space for any softness.
The
I don't-
handshake of an iron fist leaks blood, I've heard it say.
Your sayings. Look up to the stars if you want to speak those. I do not understand why he would lie for us. It makes no sense.
That is a question that, if you want, once either now or rested, we should try to see if Min says what she says about lying for us, essentially giving us a free pass here. We would want to know what the price is.
A free
Nothing
pass.
comes free.
A free pass. That's what we thought we were getting right now. Yet it was a trap. What is to say
Exactly.
we are not walking into another one? This one man says, ha, ha, I'll lie for them and I'll tell the king that they didn't actually follow their orders. When I'll tell them that I'm going to say that they did. I'll kill them. It's much easier for the king and the guards to arrest these 5 and kill them. I must not waste my time with them. Use my energy on the group.
And what would you have us do if that were the case?
Well, we can never go back. I don't think
That's what
there's
he
an
said.
option to go back.
You don't think so? You don't think you think he's lying to us about this? But again, if he's able to take out an entire village, what is it to kill Min than the rest of us while we're sleeping?
Enslave us? I don't know their plans. Did you see?
What's the point of what enslave us?
Did you see him in the trees?
I'm just saying, there's a lot of questions. Like I don't trust this fellow as far as I can throw him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as far as Min can throw him, because I can throw him pretty far. But
This is fucking bull. I'm out. I gotta go. Wynn's gonna walk away. You guys don't trust him, but you trust the people who tried to kill us. I'm out. I'm walking away. I gotta go sit in my corner over here. You guys talk. You do your thing. I told you what I know. If you have any more questions, ask me. But
Aster will, oi, heads up, toss you a good berry, and then I'll vouch your side.
Hold up.
I don't recall anybody saying they trusted the people. It was kind of taken a, but okay.
I'll rush after Min.
Whoa. You didn't trust them? I thought you trusted them not to kill anyone or not to raid again. That takes a lot of trust.
It was more taking a leap of faith that they do the right thing.
Oh, a leap of faith, not trust. Great.
All right. All in favor.
Somebody's wearing her bitch pants today.
All in favor of breaking camp and running this fellow down right now. Raise your hand.
Aster, is it her moon time?
All in favor of resting. Waking up refreshed in the
That's my
morning.
2.
All in favor of resting and waking up in the morning after a nice, restful night of sleep. Raise your hand.
I can't think anymore. I need my rest.
Well,
This is too much to handle in
I'm
this.
gonna go to bed, and if you're all here in the morning, we'll handle it. If not, it was lovely knowing all of you. I hope we all pass peacefully in our sleep.
There's a very high likelihood he's going to actually come see us one last time once the deed is done.
Maybe, but
Anytime, let me sleep, please. Donk.
The helmet rings.
Singorn falls back asleep. Min walks away. What are the three of you doing?
I went back to my tent. Everything is fucked. Everything is fucked.
Ruslem?
Aster
you
just
do?
watches Ruslem, like almost staring through him.
Well, Ruslem, huntsman, what is it the others drive you to do?
I'm going to walk away from the encampment and I'm going to climb one of these larger trees and just perch myself on a branch. I'm not going to sleep. I'm going to stay awake.
Okay. Aster, what are you doing?
Aster will follow. He'll give up on sleep as well.
If you're keeping vigil, I'll keep it as well. Let the rest sleep. I can opposite pull a cart tomorrow, perhaps.
Right. And there, the two of you sit for about an hour.
Aster will, like I'm assuming while we chill here, I can do like some short rests every now and again. If we're just staying up all night.
Okay.
In which case Aster will just every hour or so just call a new little fey bird or owl or like a familiar just temporarily to just kind of help keep an eye out, because Aster can barely keep his eyes open at least. So he'll have little fey birdies and stuff keeping an eye out for him, or a little fey bird or individual at a time. Sorry, after an hour?
After about an hour, hour and a half, in the distance to the east, you see a group of birds flying up from the trees, scattering into the night. And shortly after, you see smoke rising.
You burned the resources? Why?
I made it fast.
This blood is on Min's hands. And all of ours.
Aster snorts.
That's ridiculous. What could we have done better?
I don't know, I just feel as though we could have done something.
Well, to be fair, the day we shipwrecked, I didn't feel like we'd shipwreck when I was wrong.
Agree. But here we are with more senseless death than what we know what to do with. Our options are limited, and we do not know who to trust.
Well, it lets us know the stakes we're playing with. The kid gloves are off, and now we know how lightly we need to step. Something you should be quite good at, no?
The only difference is I can strike fear in my enemies. You all speak of trust. The only thing I could trust is that all of those men and women feared all of us. That was the only piece of certainty that I had, that they would not say anything and not complete a raid again. Fear was on my side. Now that fear lives within me instead. But
Fear lives within everyone. You've feared every day of your life, for death, for abandonment, for something.
yes,
Why?
I use fear for
What's
an
fear's nothing.
It's a fear as an advantage. But now it seems it has switched tides. No point worrying about the past anymore. It's done.
So I'm just going to jump off of the tree branch and land on all fours and just kind of walk towards the encampment and get ready to decide on the direction we're going to go to next.
Aster will like slowly and tiredly get up, crack his big furry back, and start moving towards the encampment as well. Some of us should get shut eye, at least one of us. You're planning on keeping watch, or I am.
I'll stay awake. You go ahead.
I'm just taking the short rests while I can.
If you're
Still
going to be
remaining
up
awake.
for the rest of the night, can I have you make a Constitution saving throw for me, please, Russ?
Roll high, baby.
Aster is going to go to sleep.
Constitution.
D20.
Yeah.
4.
Before Aster heads to bed, he's gonna, if Ruslem allows it, he's gonna clasp Ruslem by the hand and just like gaze, stare into his eyes. Look, it's a shitty situation. All we have right now is each other. I know it's a lot to ask you to trust Min or the rest of us right now. I'd like to stay here and try to help these people rather than find a way home.
This is not a matter of trust. I trust you all. The fight is within me, not with you. Nor Min, nor Flex, nor Singorn. I've seen enough bloodshed in my lifetime. I did not want to experience more.
So sorry, my Constitution roll was a 4. I don't know what that means, so.
Right. You, for not sleeping tonight, are going to suffer 1 level of exhaustion.
Oh, sure. Don't know what that means, but that's okay.
That means for any skill check, not necessarily an attack roll.
Oh,
but
you
anytime
lose
you're
minus
rolling-
1.
Nope. You're taking disadvantage.
Oh,
2
roll
dice and
twice.
pick the worst.
Okay. And that happens
yeah.
until I go to sleep?
Yep.
Okay.
If you take every level of exhaustion you take, there's a variety of ways you can take it. If you take up to, I believe it's 5 levels of exhaustion, you
6.
die.
6. At 6 levels of exhaustion, you die if you go a week without sleep.
I would always remember 6. You cannot make me forget that bullshit.
All right.
It's okay. I'm going to take 1 level of exhaustion.
I died from exhaustion once. It wasn't great.
Same.
All right.
Well,
All right.
Are you in the cart tomorrow?
It's not an easy thing to die from.
No.
You know,
No,
when you're
it's-
traveling in the Underdark.
You can sleep in the cart tomorrow.
All right.
So you must-
We are going to take a quick 2-minute break for everybody to collect
Yes.
themselves, grab a drink,
Yes.
grab a snack.
I'm getting carrying on.
that was a sick exchange, you guys, by the way. I really enjoyed that.
I shouldn't have told anybody anything.
Was that?
Man, no, man, I want you to trust these people, man.
Yes, lots of trust was just made there. I put myself out there. I told people things, and I was assaulted.
And the person who disagreed with you probably the loudest, tried to help you.
I'm
And back
blind
you.
for all the good. I only see the evil.
We can tell.
You know I'm a
I mean,
bugbear, right?
My original bet, I thought it was going to take at least 10 sessions before I had you guys at each other's throats. So, I mean, this is good for me.
And this time it wasn't me trying to kill someone! Ah!
I wasn't trying to kill men.
It was great, though. I love that. That was.
Brendan
good
gets a
job,
gold
man.
star.
That's
Oh
so
yeah! I'm not the aggressor this time! I was on the...
good. You
Yes?
were the diffuser, man.
This reminds me of the time that I stopped a girl from getting raped.
What's up?
This reminds me of this time I
No,
stopped a girl from getting raped.
don't. You can't use that word on YouTube.
That's true. Reminds me of this time that I stopped this person from
No.
getting a crib ride. I just pulled out.
Eh,
Shaw just approved the sale to Rogers.
Sorry, what?
Wait, what?
Shaw just approved their sale to Rogers. So Rogers Entertainment will now own Shaw.
Yeah, I have a feeling the feds are going to step in for that.
Yeah. So like that's the first step. So it's in terms of financial law, it's all good to go now. In terms of anti-monopoly law, that's up to the government to decide.
And that is a federal thing, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a good thing I don't support Shaw or Rogers in any way, shape, or form.
No, the Court of Queen's Bench approved it.
What? Oh, good. Be prepared for all of us to end up paying more money for things in a very short period of time.
What? Where?
Like cell phone internet services, TV.
Well, Shaw is Bell?
Nope. Shaw is Wind.
Yeah, Bell is their own separate.
Bell
I don't.
Bell shares towers with TELUS. Rogers has their own. Wind Mobile has their own, and Wind Mobile is a conglomerate of Shaw, or a subsidiary. Sorry.
So what you're saying is we all need to join SaskTel.
Yes. The government, good.
All right. Is everybody ready to go again? And yeah, I'm not sure exactly how long people want to go for. I was hoping we could go for another hour or less at least, but
An hour or less? No, we're going all night, buddy. We got 2 more hours in us. Let's go.
I
started.
I don't know.
So yeah.
I kind of want to wake up at 5:11 to see the super blood flower moon.
What?
No? Nobody?
Wait, what?
So
Is this eclipse? What?
there is a lunar eclipse that we in Western Alberta will be able to see very clearly for about 15 minutes at 5:11.
I thought you were making like a weird like D&D thing.
Hold up. It is a super moon. It is the flower moon because it's the Mayful moon, but it is going to be a super moon, and because it's a lunar eclipse, it's going to be a blood moon. So we're gonna have a super blood flower moon from roughly 5:11 to 5:25
tonight, like this morning.
Next door didn't happen.
morning.
Dude, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna wake up. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Eastern Canada's a little fucked. I'm gonna Google this for
I
you.
don't get it. Jerry's not getting it. I just looked
So
at the picture.
here's. Can you guys just get a super nice clear camera, take a picture? Because I'm gonna sleep till 7:30, like I always do. Because that sounds like bullshit to get up at 5 a.m.
That's why I said Next door didn't happen.
Dude, I think till 10.
Huh?
I know, but you're not currently employed, which will be fixed.
Yeah, there's total cloud
so
cover
Jeremy,
over Red Deer.
You're gonna get the penumbral eclipse only. We're gonna get the best one here in Eastern Alberta.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I'm looking at a thing talking about it being best in southern, talking about Calgary, but
It did.
Yeah, looks like southern.
Okay. Them pics.
Unfortunately, we've got rain
So,
and clouds in Red Deer, so we'd be looking at nothing.
Yeah, I wonder how our cloud cover is gonna be. Oh, Tyler posted it in the lobby. Yep.
what is it
Now,
just like when
To
to
be
view?
fair, Jerry, you will also be able to see the super flower moon. You know, anytime tonight, ostensibly.
I mean, where I'm looking,
I forgot it's fucking raining today. God damn it.
I mean, technically, it'll be a super flower moon for like 3 days here, probably.
Yeah, it's gonna be massive. It just won't be red for you. So yeah, Sarah was supposed to come home at like 7:30, and then she said, "Oh, I'm a little late." So then at 8:30, I started texting her, and then she called me at like 20 minutes ago. So I just started. I'm like, supper's gonna be ready here soon.
is supper going to be ready soon, Tyler?
I don't know. She told me what she was gonna make, and I just tried to make that, but I don't know.
What was she gonna make?
Like potatoes, broccoli, and pork, but I didn't know how. So I think I did a rub on the pork, and I'm baking it in the oven with butter and garlic, and then I'm doing smashed potatoes and just steamed broccoli.
What's the difference between smashed and mashed?
So you cook them almost to a mashing consistency, and then you smash them with a fork, and then you put oil and salt and pepper and other spices on them, and then you fry them. You bake them, sorry. So they get like crispy.
Yeah.
It's like twice baked, basically, but a lazy man is twice baked.
I will, if just on a quick D&D note, aside from Aster's love of the moon and stuff, it will, like he would have while he was keeping vigil with Ruslem, probably been writing in his little chronicle, keeping track of the party's deeds and our journey so far.
Okay. So, everybody's good to pick back up?
Let's go.
Min will be intermittently running away from the group for some headspace and to scout.
No, I'm good. Good.
Yeah.
The last everything's just like cooked now except for the potatoes. So when the alarm goes off, I'll take them out and that'll be it.
Okay. Sorry. So, the rest of you all awaken in the morning to the smell of smoke and ash. In the sky, the sun has risen, but a pale red light is cast above it. The air feels singed. Once again, the lonely lake remains quiet. No birds overhead.
Aster
Yep.
will, kind of upon getting up and everybody wakes up, is Flex, you good? As good as can be expected.
And he puts 5 gold coins in your hand.
Oh, Min.
Oh wait, no. He wouldn't be that
What?
sleepy to. I forgot the medal, not him.
I mean, you could just put it on the ground, to be honest.
Yeah.
Or like on the stump.
Yeah, I
Well,
would put it at your feet. And I'm gonna take 5 gold coins out of. Damn, that's a lot.
Well,
I don't even make that much money wrestling. Fuck.
this I was mostly joking. I literally gambling with the lives of folk is not mine, but I made the choice, so I'll take it. Well, Min, if you could.
Where do you get 5 gold coins from?
I had a not a premonition, but I prophesied last night that these folk might not survive to the morning. A feeling, a gut feeling, nothing from the stars.
Well, you know, it's another beautiful morning. Lake's gorgeous. It almost makes you forget what happened last night.
Singorn, are you all right? Knock, knock, knock.
What? Sorry, I'm busy
Oh, it's fine.
right now.
How about you, Ruslem?
I'm
Is Ruslem
fine.
there? Is he awake? He's awake. Well, what's our plan? Are we heading into the forest to salvage what we can and maybe give some folk a proper burial?
Yep.
Or perhaps, a realization kind of hits Aster for a second. I would like at some point to head to Andervale and maybe he kind of pulls out a cache of those little gumdrops. I'd like to maybe give some of these to some of the folk that are starving.
Maybe we should resupply in Andervale, indeed.
Do remember, once we stop him, the people of Ashvale are going to learn that we killed all those who helped them?
Well, and perhaps
They do not know yet, and it could have been us. It could be anybody else. They knew what risk they were taking.
well, they'll know at some point it's us.
At some point, the information won't spread so easily yet.
We're being set up either way. So I'd
Here's
still like to help them.
here's something I've been mulling about. I feel that we've learned a few lessons in this run. First things first. The king knows everything around here. He has incredible power over these lands. Information, we have to be careful and tight-lipped. Also, seems to be some kind of rebellions and whatnot, but with the king watching, we have to essentially be careful upon these lands. I'm going in circles. I've lost my point. God damn it, where was I?
You shouldn't be sleeping
Very
in armor.
slowly,
man.
It is all the metal.
And for the 1,000th time, I'm not poisoned!
It's only been about 100 times. But
I'm gonna disappear into my necklace for a moment.
bam. Has anybody else seen this yet?
What?
No.
I don't know. It's up to her.
What?
Nope.
Where's
You know what? I'll go on a walk to relieve myself. And then I'll disappear in my necklace. And I'm gonna DM, can I have coffee? Sword?
Can you what? Sorry,
I have coffee?
a poppy?
Coffee.
Coffee? Like
Like coffee beans. Like in my safe in my thing, could I have is it possible that I would have
sure.
Cool.
That is I will allow that.
Okay, cool. Like a shit ton of coffee. Anyway, I'll take it. I'll take it out and I'll make everybody coffee when I get back to camp for the morning.
Right. So what does it look like? Just so as you disappear into your necklace, what does it look like?
Oh no! I go for a whiz in the woods, and I'll disappear in my necklace there.
Okay, but just even if nobody sees it here, just visually, I'm curious to see to know what it looks like.
I think I just whatever the Ifrit, the Nurubi, whatever the genie's name is, I'll whisper or something like that, and then I'll just get I'll collapse into my necklace and it'll fall to the ground.
Okay.
Aster
And when I
would
get
know this.
come out of it, I just does it pull back up into my body again, standing up? I don't know.
It would you would reappear. I will allow you to reappear with the necklace in your hand when you reappear.
Now, what about when Aster is carrying the necklace? Because that will happen sometimes if Min pops in and Aster's
would be-
carrying it for her.
There would be a faint. I'm going to say this here. There would be a faint glow, a bit of heat, some kind of couple-second warning for you, right prior to, for you to know to essentially let it go. To. Hey, Tyler, you heard that? Are you good with that?
Yeah, I heard that.
Okay.
Oh, it's just
Also-
you appear in an unoccupied space closest to it.
Okay.
So I guess it doesn't appear on my neck, so I'll just appear beside it and then take it from them. So I appear beside it and pick it up off the ground.
Okay. Also, just right now, I have no specific choice in music right now. If anybody wants to,
This is the campaign music, in my opinion. This is generic campaign music.
There's
sure.
I think a few better tracks from Pillars of Eternity that are a little more dour, but this is good morning music for.
for sure, I'm not going to change it right now for any specific reason. So if anybody wants to change to something else suiting, feel free to right now.
Okay. Oh,
All right.
rest you. What's our plan today?
You can still see smoke rising from the east, from where this camp once was.
Singorn's just busy doing his blessing of the forge and using his hammer. He's a bit loud.
When the coffee stops brewing, I'll give the first cup to Ruslem.
So Min comes out of the forest with coffee?
No. Well, yeah. Oh, look at these beans I found.
Oh, like you've got like a pouch of coffee beans. Okay, you don't come out with like freshly brewed. You just have a pouch of coffee beans on you.
Yes. Yes.
Aster's going to be swapping out some spells for the day. There we go. Boom. Yeah.
Now, it is my opinion, I understand that might not matter to some, that Ashfell, what was his name?
Ashfeld.
Yeah, Ashfeld had nothing to gain from, if he thought ill of us, speaking with me last night, he could have just done his deed and returned to the king. I think we can take his word for what he will say. I'd rather we live on the run, but I don't think that is required. There was nothing to be gained from him talking to us in that way if he were to cross us.
All right. With that all said, in the morning starting to creep up on you, what and where will you be heading?
Would we like to all head to their camp together first, and then to Andervale, and then back to Aerillon?
Yep.
I just remembered what the second thing was. We made the mistake of not getting information. Next time we should maybe head to the city first and try to get our bearings before the Order Town. If we had a better understanding of Andervale, maybe we would have approached this differently, or we would have been approaching the city altogether.
I think you're placing too much blame on us. You're thinking you're too caught up in noise and Morden. You're thinking the foundations were shaky, but the ground around us is shaky. It's no fault to the builder. It's a fault to the plot of land. All right then. Off to the oak tree. The burrow.
Aye.
We head through the forest.
All right. As you continue
We got a
moving,
long rest, yes? Long rest?
yes,
Yes.
everybody else.
34.
Especially at this point, it's probably closer to 10, maybe almost 11 in the morning with the extra time you've spent in order to get said long rest.
Min has brought everybody fine coffee. Or brews everybody fine coffee.
Ruslem, are you... Go
Yeah,
ahead
Resident,
there,
you
Min.
drink coffee?
Yeah, I was going to ask Ruslem, are you drinking the coffee that Min gave to you?
Yeah, of course. Sorry.
Yeah.
Can I have you make a Constitution saving throw, please?
Aster will kind of chuckle.
I can check it for poison if you'd like.
I'm kidding. That's my one.
Come on, he's drinking coffee. Maybe we'll give him his exhaustion point back.
Oh, I wasn't supposed to roll?
No, sorry, I was memeing on the poison.
Oh,
Sorry, yeah.
okay. 15.
You don't die from the poison he put in your cup. So, the five of you continue east. The smell of smoke, growing stronger as you move, quickly mixed with another smell of death. Eventually, you come to a clearing. All around, in a 30-foot radius around, the ground is charred and the trees blackened. What looks like it was once a large oak tree in the center has been halfway obliterated. You see shards of wood and trunk all around you. On the ground, you see pieces of armor, some weapons laying on the ground. And much of the ground stained red. Off to one side, before you even maybe move to enter, where you see first where Victoria had mentioned these roots that would have covered the large burrow entrance have been blown apart, and the burrow lay open before you. But before you enter, you see to the side, in the same area, a number of what appears to be fresh graves, dug up in rows of 10 apiece. You count 25 here.
What Aster knows, is this against like the faith of the people in Ager to put them in graves? Is that like a mark of disrespect, or is that still something people do here?
As of right now, it seems odd. It doesn't look like full like marked graves, but it looks like a series of grave markers. Maybe, sorry, should be better placed. Have been placed along. And sorry, I say 25. The actual number is 35.
And oh god,
Seems to be a bit more.
we've been lied to so much already. I understand if nobody wants to join me in this, but I wouldn't mind if somebody had a shovel and I could just check to make sure that these folks were buried. I don't know enough about this place to know that it's best to dig them up and burn them all and send them off to Ager, but I would like to confirm, at the very least, that what we see in front of our eyes right now is true and not another deception.
Do they look like fresh graves?
They do.
So I'm frustrated at this point.
You know, you've received what you want. You wanted them to go back to the king to be arrested for their crimes. They've received their punishment from the king himself, arguably.
So I'm going to walk over to one of the fresh graves and with my fist just hard clenched, I'm just going to pound down where I believe the neck would be at the top of one of the graves and just reach in with my bare hands through the freshly moved dirt and attempt to pull up somebody.
Your hand goes into dirt and comes up empty. Nothing but dirt in your hands.
So then I'm going to like shocked look down my face and I'm going to get on to like my hands and knees and kind of start to dig.
Make an investigation roll for me, please, as you do such.
As he's doing that, I'm going to start collecting weaponry and whatever metal I can on the field, whichever's been left.
Huh. And that one.
No. You continue to dig, look, but in any of these, you find no bodies, just dirt in your hands. Is anybody helping or watching Ruslem do this?
After a little bit, Aster will sort of gently come over. Would you like a hand searching?
Can you make an investigation for me as well there, Aster, please?
As long as Ruslem is okay with an extra pair of furry hands. What about a sign of a clover? Aster will guide himself for a total of 10.
All right. Even with a 10, as you look, it takes you a moment. But as you see, it's not just dirt that he's pulling up. It's ash.
Aster seems a little puzzled and kind of points out, is that? Give it a sniff, but not too close. Is that ash? Ashes?
I feel like I couldn't tell from before, but okay, sure.
Yes.
But after pointing that, with him pointing this out, and your strong sense of smell, you can smell not just the earthly smells, but also ash, but not just ash from trees, ash of something that was alive that was burned.
Well, not much more to do now.
No. I wonder if this is what the people here want.
I wonder if being burned and buried is with their faith to Ager. Aster's gonna like just kind of weirdly lay on his back and gaze up at the sky and just sort of pray out loud. O mighty Ager, if this be your way and how your people be laid to rest, give us a sign.
I'm gonna take the ash that's in my hand, and I'm just gonna slam it to the ground.
Fuck your god. If he was real, would he have let these men and women die?
And then I'm just gonna kind of walk away.
I'm assuming we get no like obvious sign from Major. No ocean wave kind of comes cresting over out of nowhere.
Everything remains silent.
Anybody see any carts, carriages, goods we can take back to the living people who need it? And I suppose we should take some back to the king. It's goods bound for that city after all.
Are there any goods left?
As you make your way looking around, you eventually will go inside the burrow. There, you find a few more of these graves, ashes sprinkled over top. You see a couple stuffed animals. You notice one, what appears to be a stuffed dire ox, half singed and burned.
Yeah, I was gonna bring my next question. Do I see child-sized graves?
All of the graves, all of the graves, the markers are the same size. They're all more like, almost like about 2 foot long kind of markings where it looks like ashes have been laid and sprinkled over top. Here as well, you do see carriages of food, or what were carriages that have now been destroyed and burned. Whatever food remained, charred as well.
Well, I wander off and I grab the remains of the stuffed toy, leave the cave, burned it all, and then I just kind of toss that at everybody's feet and just walks away.
Somebody might want to grab that. We should give it to Ashfeld next time we see him.
I'll pick him up. Pick up all the stuffed animals, stuffed toys. Anything that's childlike. What is there?
Other than the couple charred stuffed animals, you see off to one side what it looks like a collection of jacks that are half melted together. Other than that, some pages that looks like they could have been from a book, singed and almost unlegible. Nothing else really appears around.
Reading.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, lads and lasses, it appears we're all eyed with monsters for the time. And by allied, well, that's a tenuous alliance. We're under the protection of a monster from other monsters. What be the plan?
I guess we should have arrested them all.
We don't know. That arresting them wouldn't have spared the children.
Yes, we
Or the
do.
innocent. No, we don't. This still could have been
They
done.
made the wrong choice, so a
It
good
all-
choice could be made.
Well,
Arguing-
just leaves them in the camp alone. So
Arguing about hindsight is a waste of time.
you're right.
What do we
Where are
do
them
next?
hill giants at?
oh,
Fucking
how
Flex just
about,
starts heading back towards the train.
how about we head to Andervale, aid the living people there best we can. Singorn?
Yes.
We have nothing to give them.
No, That's a waste of time, and we could just be met with resistance. We've done what the king has asked us. In
Why is
their
it a
eyes.
waste of time? I can provide him with a day of food.
Yeah, we murdered 35 plus children in their eyes. As far as they know, what has happened here is because of us. We can assume
First
no
of all,
different.
we did no such thing, and does that preclude helping him?
It does not matter what actually happened. It's the perception now of what happened.
But do they even know what happened?
Who's to say
They
that
do
they...
not know.
Are you willing to
If
risk
we
that?
tell them it was not us,
Would you like
then we
to...
need to be
Would you...
outlaws.
Well,
Would you-
how would they know that it was us?
Ashenvale could have told the guards to tell the mayor that the problem was handled by the kill squad.
You're right.
We
So
either accept that we did this, or we never return to the sea.
I ain't killing no children.
It's too late. The perception is out there. Whether you
I
like
would
it or
like-
not.
Regardless of the perception, I don't care. Well, I do care what the people think of our group, but irrespective of that, I would like to go and provide some alms.
Did you think a
Right.
bag of your berries will bring back their loved ones?
What makes you think I'm trying to bring back their loved ones?
That's not what...
Regardless of the death, I'm trying to fill. Because we killed them, does that mean that I should not provide them with food?
We did not kill them.
Well, as you just said, we need to accept that either we have or. Regardless,
No, we accept that people think we have.
whether or
Doesn't
not
mean
we
that we
killed them, or whether or not people think we killed them. If people think we killed them, does that mean I should not provide them 1 day's respite from starvation?
Do you think they will eat your food?
If they don't, they don't. What's the harm in trying?
That just seems like
I
an
Offering
understand.
hand.
additional
But
waste.
Victoria said
Well-
there were 60 people starving. How many?
No
I-
matter how
Yeah.
choices, things
I
will not
have
change.
I have
Think-
28 Tears of Chaos from last night. I can make up to another 4 score today. Let's say I make 3. I'm still capable if we get in a fight of some kind.
no, Aster, you're right. I'm with you. Let's go.
The
Better
town's
to
on our
do
way up.
a small something than do nothing. So let's pitter patter. Or let's go find some giants, cause I'll fucking fight any of this.
Suicide by giant.
Or,
Or
or
will need to vent some frustration with the circumstances. But do understand that despite our choices, nothing was in our control.
suicide by giant, suicide by town of 60 people who want us dead. Pick one. It matter not to me.
And they won't kill us.
Oh,
If they
really?
kill us, they're going against the king.
And it's not suicide by giant. It'd be suicide by 2 giants. I'm assuming one of them won, and there's only one left. And that ain't suicide. I win that fight. I promise.
I would love to chronicle that, but regardless, Ardenvale's on our way. We should at least stop in.
Men,
I would recommend at least leave the food.
voice of reason. Has dead children changed your mind?
That was to Min?
Mm-hmm.
Change my mind on what?
What, now we should go and save this town?
I'm confused.
Well, I was, regardless of what happened last night, I was planning this morning on heading to Andervale.
Oh,
There's no reason not to ever.
We did say that.
fine.
We did say that we'd use Andervale as a hub. We'll return back to it once we completed our objective.
The
The objective
situation,
was completed, but not in the way we wanted.
we were going to use it as a hub before the entire townsfolk have the possibility of thinking we killed the only reason they continue to be to survive.
If
I
you would
see.
like,
I see no home
Ruslem.
there no more.
if you would like, Ruslem, I can head in on my own.
No,
I can probably get out should things go awry. You know, I've got my bag of tricks.
I may think your decision is stupid, but I will follow you to ensure that you have safe passage.
I appreciate your stewardship, and I do not take it lightly. I understand that you disapprove of my request, and I greatly appreciate your offer of aid. If you'd like, I can promise that we will be in and out as quickly as possible. I will drop them perhaps at Mayor Rolf's estate, abode, or whatever. It seems like he was responsible for divvying up the goods already, the supplies, so that would satisfy me.
I'm just gonna nod my head and stay silent for the next little while.
Okay.
We leave the macabre, charred clearing behind us.
And after a few more hours, early afternoon, you make your way back towards the gates of Andervale. The town appears to be going about its business, and in midday you can see clusters of people going to and from their business, grabbing water from a well, selling wares.
Are they looking worse for wear, as we were told?
For the most part, you get... Make an insight roll for me, please.
Ooh, insight. I would love to. That would be a 12 plus 4. I think I have a little more for the insight. Give me a second. Insight's a 6, so 18, sir. 12 plus 6.
Just looking around the town at the people, you see the food carts that are being sold. You see wilted carrots and near rotten tomatoes being sold.
Oh boy.
The people here do not look happy by any means, and if anything, they look scared. And as they see you walking into town, you see people's eyes darting towards you, and they don't run away, but you see people giving you a wide berth as you walk into town. Eventually,
we head towards whatever building looks like a mayor's estate.
Yes, and as you start to walk towards, you see a man, an elderly human male, roughly 60 years old. But perhaps older, as his face looks very worn and weary and wrinkled. He walks with 2 Aerillon guards, crimson breastplates on each of them, flanking him as he walks towards you. Yes, I heard you were going to be coming. Welcome to Andervale.
Nobody says anything. Aster will. It is nice to see you. Sorry it is on such dour business.
No, I should be thanking you for dealing with these raiders. They were a plight to our land, and it is good of you to have taken care of them, and I thank you. He gives each of you a short bow.
I'm sorry to hear that your people are, in some cases, struggling, and while we must be back at the capital shortly for other king's business, Aster kind of looks and nods to the 2 guards. I am proficient in the ways of nature, and he pulls out like I don't know how many, I guess they're probably thumb size, 60 good berries filled like a small pouch. They may not look like much. They may look like candies or something to freshen the breath, but for any who eats it, it will provide a day or so of sustenance, 3 square meals, and there's no point stockpiling them. They'll be bad before tomorrow evening. So any of your folk who perhaps could use this while we're here doing good work for the king, perhaps this will help them.
Look of relief washes across the man's face as the man who you were told before is Rolf Commonbrooks.
Commonbrooks, that's what I was asking.
Takes the bag weekly and thank you so much. I will be sure this gets to everybody, and of course the children that returned as well.
It is good to hear that the children were set free from the bandits. Roughly how many? Oh, I see Ruslem wants. Ruslem starts.
Yeah, I'm
Immediately interrupt our friend here, and I say,
yes, it is against our own code to kill any children. We wanted to ensure they would make their way home safely.
Well, thank you for that. Your man came into town early this morning, bringing with them 8 children who had been taken from our village.
And this was Ashfeld.
I would assume so. Black hair, silver edges.
2 gray streaks along the side.
Yes, that was the man. He came in and said that you had sent him back with them. Thank you for delivering them safely.
A very capable ally of the king. Very, very capable.
He left a little too early though. We wanted to make sure the kids didn't see anything, but we were ready to give them all of their provisions that they needed. I'll give the king a pouch, 2 pouches.
Sorry, you're giving who a pouch?
We're giving the mayor 2 pouches.
What inside is the mayor will?
Well, one of them has
whatever
41.3 gold pieces, and the other one is whatever Aster has in gold.
Well, now it would be 54.5 gold pieces because I got an extra 5 from Flex.
So 96 and an 1/8 gold pieces for the children.
Rolf is going to take the bag and kind of feel it drop. It's not much, but I suppose I'll take what the silver you've offered me here. Thank you.
Make sure that it goes to the children so that they live the times and those who assist them as well.
Well, yes. Well, the children are sleeping now, but I must get back to business. Thank you. He kind of turns to each guard and then turns his way back towards the residence once more.
Aster will sort of square his shoulder and nod towards the 2 guards. All is well here?
Aye, indeed they are, sir.
The king is just and merciful. Thank you.
What's their demeanor, the guards? And or did the mayor seem like a little wary of the guards?
Yes, I'm not even going to have you make an insight roll for that. The mayor clearly looked uncomfortable by the guards. The 2 guards turn to each of you and are formal but polite to you, whereas some of the guards prior in Aerillon had, either talked down to you or, just been very formal. These guards seem not agreeable, but certainly a step above just direct to you.
All right. At ease, soldiers. Keep watch, keep care. The people here have suffered much. They don't need to suffer anymore. Watch for more raiders, bandits, and the like. Monsters. Critters.
Certainly, sirs. Good luck and safe travels on your journeys. May Ager be with you.
Glory be to him.
Glory be to Ager.
And Aster, unless the group wants to do anything else, we'll respect Ruslem's wish to be brief in Andervale and with the people here. Aster has no idea, by the way, that Min gave over his gold.
Oh, I would have looked at you and held up the thing and then given it to him as well, unless you otherwise.
Okay, Aster kind of gets it, kind of wide-eyed, just sort of nods in the moment, well, it's been shown, there's no reason not to. As Ruslem sensuously kisses camera.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. Oh, that focused you way better.
Holy shit.
And then, with all that being said, we're going to, because we're getting late here, we're going to speed things up just a hair. What is your plan now, after leaving Andervale, or after leaving the mayor's residence?
To
Let's be clear, we
Aerillon.
need 2 bodies still, right? The 3?
We left.
Yes, you did. You did have the 3. Did you bring them with you after seeing the smoke?
No. I think we left them there, just lying on the
It's a
ground.
good question. Did we cremate them or did we bring them? I think is kind of.
This is because it wasn't discussed. I'll allow you guys to kind of retcon that. How you
Totally
choose.
forgot you were dragging 3 corpses with us.
I think
I
we
know
just.
Singorn would want to bury them and not cremate them.
Singorn.
Honestly, I
Even the
say
people-
we got to stay
if
true to
we're
what
sh-
happened. We totally forgot them there, and they're just lying there next to the beach.
No, I as a cleric, I need to put them
packing
to
up-
rest.
You
I
think
have
we leave
rest.
behind 3 dead bodies of people we murdered as we pack up our
Yeah.
tent?
Like I said, this,
Yeah, because we didn't say that we did anything different.
this
No,
in some situations, Josh, this is one where I threw a lot at you guys. We moved on to some stuff quickly, and I didn't address it either. This is a situation where I would allow you guys to, in
this
hindsight,
situation,
haven't done.
It's almost more unbelievable that we would leave them behind rather than take them.
Mhm. Especially that they're our proof, essentially.
I
Initially,
mean, we could also just head back and go cremate them or something. It's a few hours out, but are we just heading straight to Aerillon? Do we want to stop at that farmstead where there are people who like us for good things we've done that didn't involve burning their friends?
I am firmly in the camp of fighting those hill giants. They're still around.
I want to go fight. But I mean, story-wise, though, I feel we should leave Andervale and head back to town. I suppose get our fucking citizens' cards and we leave. Do what we want.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the boat of go back and rest because I need it.
Yes.
Head back to Aerillon.
Is that the agreement?
And also, well, actually, yeah. As we head back to Aerillon, we could get resource up and maybe potentially go after that map that Min won.
Well, I
It's
think
today. It's
we've
to the
got
west.
other things we could do that could help the people here, though, if we need a little bit of perhaps something to lift the weight off our shoulders. We risk our lives on our own whims rather than the whims of the people here for a brief time.
10.
I don't understand. Stop thinking in riddles. What are you saying?
I'm saying if we want to go delving through something lost and forgotten and potentially risk our lives falling in holes, breaking ankles, and triggering, whatever knows kind of critters that hide up in these abandoned places, at least it would be nice to risk our lives for our own pursuit of curiosity, wealth, and glory than it be to risk our lives for frankly, whatever shit we don't know is going on here. Pardon?
Feel we need a moral boost.
Yes, I think a morale boost would be quite fine. Perhaps we'll find Olfin again and get ourselves a bunch more vials of fairy fire. Ha 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 ha.
Did we bring the bodies with us or burn them? We burned them in return.
Buried.
I say we burn them
Buried.
if we need to pick it. Burn.
I think when we got to the place with the bodies, we saw all their friends burned and buried. We burned and buried them there.
Yeah, essentially.
All right. So,
All right, we'll compromise. Fine, we'll do it buried and ashes.
returning to Aerillon, final answer?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Then the next 2 days go by uneventfully. And
Well, when we take the trail, we don't find the giants.
How long is Flex willing to go off-road in search of hill giants?
How long are you willing to go off road to find hill giant?
Like 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's about it.
We'll
Can the
stop for lunch and we thought we encountered the hill giants, and then they can go for a walk.
Can you carry me for a little bit there, Flex, so I can get a sleep, or carry me like a little
It's
kitty?
2 days. You would have rested in one of those days.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Flex, can you do me a favor? Can you make a survival roll for me, Flex?
Oh my god.
Big money, big money, big money, no whammies. Oh, that's actually pretty good.
Him? Can I provide him help on that?
Sure. If the two of you are tracking together, I will I'll give each of you a roll. I'm taking the highest.
You roll a nat 20. You don't find them, so you survive.
16
Roll a
is
natural
all I got.
one. You find the giants as you stand at their feet. Holy shit,
Oh, nice.
Okay, that's a total of 24.
All right.
I don't know.
You-
Yeah. Anyways.
So, you continue traveling, and you head back to the spot where you had found the giants before. Remembering, Aster, remembering where from the edges of the forest and the foothills where you first saw them. And in that spot, you find the body of one hill giant.
Oh my.
Well, Flex.
Its face looks bashed in. There is very little of the actual face left. Its nose broken, its eye sockets nearly completely caved in. On the ground, a giant club lays there. And by club, I mean tree trunk.
Do we say goodbye to our fallen giant brethren, Flex, or say a prayer, or?
Yeah. You got smashed.
Yep.
Rest in pieces.
Yeah, Aster was thinking something along the lines of, live strong, die weak.
And then he kind of just kicks her down, fight the line. Bullshit.
Give it a yell.
Then,
No point in not. Give it a yell.
hey! Giant! Fight me!
You
Your
guys
voice
hear
echoes.
this from the camp, or from the luncheon at the road.
Voice echoes through the silence, but nothing comes back.
Are we searching this feller?
Searching him for what?
I don't know. He could have stolen goods that belong to the people of this place.
Yeah,
Or
fair
that
enough.
belong to us.
Well, this guy's been dead for a few days, so if you want to get up in there.
You know, I've done worse. I'll do this for you. We'll say you did it, or I'll write it as you did it.
Aster will put a sign of the clover, give himself some guidance, and then head in to whatever pouches the giant has in its loincloth, or hopefully rigor mortis hasn't set it.
This giant, the only thing it does have is a loincloth, and as you pad through trying to look, the only thing you find is in a pocket of the loincloth. You take out a belt. Appears to be a human-sized belt.
Well, Aster will is there a name etched into it, or
It appears to be a simple leather belt.
All right, Flex, here's what you found.
passes Flex the belt?
Yes, please.
All right.
It smells. I think Min can help with that. She's got her little spell that'll clean it
Yeah,
up.
and I guess we take this back to the group.
All right, you have a belt from a hill giant.
Are you kidding me?
Just for just
Are you kidding me?
It's a It's a belt from a hill giant. What do you want me to say?
Just for posterity's sake, Aster's eyes flicker with verbal magic. And over the hill giant's corpse, the surrounding land, the belt, does anything detect his magic?
No.
Alright.
Ah.
Okay. And the party continues towards Aerillon.
Party.
As you make your way, I know we're running late, guys, so bear with me 5 more minutes with love.
No, I want to fight giant.
You did. You fought it and won. You got a hill giant's belt.
What's this?
No.
Gosh.
A moment of levity.
Josh.
A moment of fuck you,
Oh,
Sean.
okay.
I want to fight a real one.
Josh, there's items in the game of a giant strength, like belt of hill giant strength, belt of each one boosts your strength by a fair amount.
Jesus.
This is not one of those. This is just a belt from
Hill giant's belt.
Oh.
It's not a belt of hill giant strength.
Oh, it's just a human belt. That's why you said it's just a human belt? Okay.
That's the joke.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
you should.
You know what? You know what? It's a belt of human strength. It sets your strength to 10.
Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
All right.
So, you make your way back to the south gates of Aerillon.
To the... Oh, fuck, I closed the map. There's a constabulary or something. I can't remember what the fuck it was called. God, the map's so tiny. Now it's real big. To the Commerce Keep.
You don't even have a chance to get there.
Uh-oh.
As you enter the front gate, 4 guards. One of them stands there in full crimson armor. His face covered by a helm, making it impossible to see his face. Approach you as you enter the city. They each clasp a hand to their chest and bow to you. The king has been waiting for you.
Oh god,
ha-
we're the King's Kill Squad.
He will see you. He will see you in Center Square immediately.
Oh shit.
Oh boy.
Okay. Aster will in giant to flex say well, you don't have any gold, but you want to bet on execution or public, I don't know, endorsement. And then yeah, anybody not want to go to the public square? Good.
I guess let's go. Yeah, I'll take that. I bet you all our lives that this will turn out nicely.
What choice do we have at this point?
All right. And you quickly make your way through Lowtown, through up towards Radiant Square, with these 4 guards in the lead. As you make it your way to the square, you see a group of people has already been gathered there.
Well, been an honor, boys.
Once again, in front of you, you see some of the booths have been cleared out. And in front, a wooden podium. Very similar to the one you first saw.
Just as we approach, Aster will sort of put a little hand on everybody's shoulder, even Singorn's, who he normally avoids touching. He'll just put a hand on everybody's shoulder, and just that's kind of it. But
And
going
before
to stare at your hand in disbelief whenever you do touch his shoulders.
you can see 2 men in bright colored clothing and tunics at the front gates of Damaco's castle with large trumpets play a joyous proclamation in the air that rings through the square. And as the gates open, out comes a procession of guards. And behind them, King Damokos, once more. The guards will stand in front of the podium, with Lucius Damokos standing on the podium alone. My friends, my citizens, I come with you here today with joyous news. For today, we honor 5 individuals who have risen above and beyond and have pledged their services not just to myself, but to the protection of this land. The 5 of you, please, step forward. Come here. Let all see what you have done. The guards turn and look at you, and a path clears for you towards the podium.
Yes.
All right.
Aster sort of push the others forward and then follow.
Yeah.
I would go first then. I'm the shortest one.
Now,
I'm fully armored, by the way. Like I'm in like battle gear and stuff.
With gloriously complementing red eyes and red trim, red and gold, fully in the colors of the Damokos house.
Almost there.
Now, many of you may not know, but these 5, just days ago, were found shipwrecked to the south, barely alive. But, to the glory of Ager, he spared them. Now,
Does he tell them that?
for a purpose, I do not know exactly what, but these 5 are very special and unique individuals who, I believe, have even survived the mists themselves.
Yep, there we go.
Now, these 5 do suffer some amnesia from these events and may appear confused by something, but please respect them and assist them wherever you can. They came to me with very little in their minds except for a need to serve me and the city, and so I sent them on a task to clear out raiders to the east. A task which they carried out zealously, ensuring that not a single one of these rebels, these raiders, made it out alive.
Hi, Brendan. We saw that.
That these 5, if there are those who would go against you, against your king, they will ensure they suffer the most dire fatal consequences. So let that be known to all of you, what these 5 are willing to do for the service of their king. Now, is there anything the 5 of you wish to say?
Does anybody begin to speak up?
No.
Thank you very much for your kind words, Your Majesty. We will endeavor to grow as capable warriors, but also in the capacity to help all the common folk of this land in any way we are capable of serving the crown and country.
Indeed. Quick, simple words, but words of the people, are they not? He extends his arms, and a scattering of applause, followed by more applause quickly, ushers through the crowds. Now, just because these 5 may be very dangerous and capable of killing such people, do not let that change your opinions of them. They are good people to those who serve their king. And that is all I have to say for now. Thank you all for attending this brief ceremony. Oh, I did forget one more last thing. I have been told that our crops have become quite bountiful once again lately, and therefore I will be removing the food tax once more, making it everybody only have to give the previous amounts once more, ensuring everybody has enough to eat. Ager be praised for giving us such a glorious bounty.
Ager be praised, glory be to him.
Holy.
And with another excelling of trumpets, the guards and the king will turn. The king will turn to each one of you, smile with a quick nod, and then turn to the castle once more. And we will end the session there tonight.
Hey, Ruslem. How's the salty orange looking tonight?
Hey guys, Tucker got a medal in this movie.
Salty orange is looking pretty good.
I'm
Okay.
missing something. What's going on?
That was our in.
Just a second.
Understand.
I'm gonna just close down the stream real quick.
Yeah,
Good shit.
it's for Shellacus.
Oh, I'm just gonna turn down the group real quick.